Dan Street, and myself, Mike Ellis, we are no longer working with Marty DeGarmo, Mr. DeGarmo. We will no longer do webinars. We will no longer do lives. We will no longer do videos. We had a parting of the minds, simple as that. So we will no longer be working with Mr. DeGarmo. So we have detached ourselves, Dan Street and myself, Mike Ellis, completely from Onpassive Nation. But today, we are done with Mr. DeGarmo. Dan Street, myself, Mike Ellis, we're done with Mr. DeGarmo.
I stand by Mr. Ash Mufareh and support his decision. There's so many things that we don't know at this point, but I do know Mr. Ash Mufareh's heart. Are we ready? Are we stand by Mr. Ash Mufareh? And so if you are ready, or if you do stand by Mr. Ash Mufareh, please speak your words. Speak it out. Share it out. Speak your heart. From this moment on, I am officially not allowing any third party or anyone to stream on my YouTube channel.
Enemy number one. And people just clamor. Chris, why aren't you talking to me? Won't tell me, won't answer, I don't know. Everybody, including Ash, who told me he's like family to me. Told my wife the same thing. And he says in that thing that I'm beating around the bush that I know, and I'm not acting like I know. It's so sad. It's so sad to know that I've spent 6.5 years pushing something that I thought was the best thing that ever happened. And fed me!
So I think it is not only cruel, but I think this is a step up. And I think somebody, or many somebodies, have come together and taken things out of context to deliberately incriminate Marty and or me now. And I think it is absolutely disgusting that we've not been given the courtesy and the respect, and I'm going to say that. It is all the way through the 6.5 years that I've been with Onpassive. I have had the utmost respect for Mr. Mufareh, for his family, and for each and every founder.
Embed me! Embed me!
Karma's a bitch. Queen of Karma.
Hello, everyone. How are you all doing tonight? I hope that you're all having a fabulous, amazing day today. Happy Sunday. I thought that I would go live. I was going to go live a little bit earlier, but I ended up having to get some things done. So I am live now. So I hope that you can hang out with me now. Hand fed me? That's right. He hand fed him, and then he stabbed him in the back. Good to see you, Salami, and little Miss Lulu. And Joe is here, and Louisiana says, "You're not getting your summer rest, Queen. Still, glad you're covering all this. Thank you. But I did get my summer rest. I've spent the last couple days at the pool, and it was quite lovely." And Jelly Snack, good to see you. And Violet is here. Joe said, "I say it was shit." Hello, sweet. Good to see you, too. I'm glad that everybody could make it. Hello, Kathy. Welcome, welcome. He hand-fed me. He kissed me on the head. Don't forget that Ash threw away Marty's Slim Jims. Oh, my God. Not that. Not that. We can't have that. we just can't have that. I don't know about hand feeding, but have a Kit Kat, everyone. There are cookies and cream Kit Kats now. I don't know if I have those here yet, but I'm going to have to look for those. My kid loves Kit Kats. I wonder if she'd like that. We have to try it out. So, yes, we have quite a big bunch of stuff to get through today. A whole bunch of stuff, you know. So I really, really do want to get into everything. We're going to basically be going through what has been going on over the past few days since I last came and hung out with you guys. Hello, Armor. It was cool to see me on Henry Resilient stream. Yes, I like Henry Resilient. Henry Resilient is awesome. I do like Henry Resilient. Definitely go watch that. There's a lot of drama with the Power Rangers. The Power Rangers, like the show that we used to watch when we were all kids. If you grew up in the 80s and 90s, and you wouldn't believe the shenanigans that these actors have been up to. There's scams, there's romances, there's craziness. It's intense. It's intense. And I love a good drama about an old favorite TV show, you know? I've eaten 3 multi-packs of the things in the last... I have to find these. Yeah, like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Remember, there was like a show that was on with like real people. It was only on for like a few years, I believe. I don't think it was on for a very long time. But I was a Power Ranger for Halloween, like 6 Halloweens in a row as a kid. All right? So I was a huge fan. And Mr. Level actually was like, hey, Queen, did you ever watch this? And I was like, yeah, like I was obsessed with it. Why? And he was like, you have to come find out what's going on over here. And so go and check it out. Go and check it out for sure. And maybe I'll start sharing out some streams if that's something you guys are interested in. To give your mind a break from the scams and stuff. You know, you got to watch other stuff too sometimes. But right now we don't have time to give our minds a break. We have a lot to get through because there's been a lot going on. I would like us to get through the happenings. So, the aftermath of Trouble in Paradise. All right. We had kind of a little recap, a little bit of an update in the intro. Don't worry. I will catch you all up. Perfect timing. Hello, Sam. Good to see you. I wondered why they called themselves the Morphin Power Rangers when I was younger. Well, scamming. My mom bought me the knockoff toys and everything. I was a fan. Yeah, I'm telling you. Woohoo! So, as you guys know, Marty and Robin have been casted out. They've been casted out of Onpassive completely. Hello, Mark. We thought that it was just Marty breaking up with Mike Ellis and Dan Street on Passive Nation breaking up. But allegedly, it was a lot more than that. And Marty and Robin went live, and they were very, very upset. You know, they were very, very upset that they had been kicked out of the scam. Marty even went as far as to bring up the fact that he was hand-fed.
Came to me, kissed me on my forehead, hand-fed me. And this is what I get 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, from everybody I knew, so-called leaders.
So, that was interesting. That was great fun. You know, he hand-fed him. Hand-fed me. Yes, the technical term is pruned. Pruned, that's right. Pruned. So, Marty was pruned, and so was Robin. After that, now I'm not sure if they left themselves or if Marty booted them out. So, we'll just say that after that, Chris Johnson became a former member of Onpassive Nation, as did Tanya. She became a former member. No more reign of terror for Tanya in there. So, I don't know if we're going to see Tanya's reign of terror as much anymore. We might miss Tanya, too. And Red Redfern, of course, also ended up being a former member of Onpassive Nation. So, they all left. That was kind of upsetting, you know? I think that was a big blow for Marty. I think finding out that they were not his friends was a big blow for Marty. Wow, no more. Maybe not. I mean, if we can't see her being hectic in these webinars and we can't see her modding. I don't know if she's modding many of the other groups. So we might be done. We might be done hearing from Tanya. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to see kind of how it goes. You know, I'm sure she will. I'm pretty sure she is still an admin in the other ones. It's just that was the one that she felt most comfortable to be a huge bitch in, you know? Like, because she figured she was positioned at the top of that team and she could kind of treat everyone however she wanted, as Marty also thought at a time, right? Ash Mufareh hand fed Marty, tickled his belly, and then he even changed his diapers. Not sure why that made Chris mad. I didn't catch that. Not really sure either. But what did happen is the day after I streamed, Friday, the Recovering Hunbot did a stream. That's why I didn't stream Friday. She was doing her stream, so I thought we'd give her time. But that day, literally, Marty and Robin went live and they decided to give us more information about what has happened. So they have since found out why it was. Because remember, when we left off, they were just like, oh my God, we got kicked out. We have no clue what we did. It's so awful. We're messaging Ash and he's not telling us. You're going to hear Marty say that he sends Ash like 30 voice notes. Something like that. It's a crazy amount of voice notes. All right? It's like more voice notes than messages I sent RSN in that Discord 5 years ago. Okay? They went nuts. And so literally, they've been, you know, very confused about what it is that got them booted out of this MLM pyramid scheme, which you would think that, you know, you would hope. I know a lot of you guys are like me and you were hoping that maybe this would be a bit of a wake-up call, you know, like they would get booted and then go, oh, well, don't have to promote a scam anymore and maybe go on to better things. But unfortunately, both of them are kind of in a weird position financially. And so they might continue, and we'll talk about this, don't worry, in future, in this very stream, we're going to talk about how they seem to be continuing on the road of scams. But they did go live, and they said, hey, listen, we found out what we did, and it doesn't make sense. And we're going to talk about why it doesn't make sense as well. Ash has bought his last giant-ass gold diapers. Maybe that's what it was. He was like, listen, me having to buy Marty giant ass adult diapers, trademark, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. That is too much of an expense. We need to let that go. That's what he means when he says you cost me too much money. This is more entertaining than most soap operas on TV. It is. It really is. You know, just like the Power Rangers and their families have crazy dramas, scammers have crazy dramas, especially cults. They can have some crazy, crazy dramas. Breaking up is hard to do. I don't understand why the stairs made Chris mad. I know, he was so mean to fall on them like that. Chris will... Oh, where'd that go? I don't know why I double-clicked that. Chris will have to have a 12-hour live stream just to get over it, right? Hello, Mr. Level. Good to see you. So I did clip and sped up about 20 minutes of Robin and Marty discussing what they did wrong. And I think we're going to have to go through it. Why does that keep happening? When this first broke, I thought it was Chris making a play for Dawn. Jesus Christ. Dawn is Marty's wife. Maybe he still will. Maybe he still will. Who knows what will happen? But, yeah, there's some more clarity on what is going on here and why they've been booted out. Now, hold on. Before we get into that, I do just want to say that on my community tab, I posted up a post where I showed you guys that in Chris Johnson's live stream, that seems to have been deleted, where he, like, flipped out at Marty the whole time. It was very strange. Very bizarre stream, and just what he was talking about, the whole thing was weird. But during it, Ash Mufareh showed up and donated $50 to him twice. And I just find that kind of hypocritical. As I said in my post, which I believe most of you saw, you can go and check it out. Just scroll down a little bit. And it was just very weird. So keep that in mind as well while we're watching this. Also remember that Ash had donated super chats to Marty as well that were quite a lot. I believe at one point there was a $200 one. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I believe one of them was like, or one night he donated like $200 to Marty and Chris and Red. I think it was when Red was still on there. So, you know, there was a lot of donations going on here on these live streams for a long time. He deleted it, yeah, because I went to go grab some things from it, because unfortunately I didn't end up grabbing it. I thought I did, but I didn't end up grabbing it. My system was full, and I thought I had grabbed it, but it didn't record. Then when I went to go get it, it was gone. So I think he got rid of it. Maybe because I did my post. Now we know what the Onpassive money really got spent on was Marty's diaper bill. That's right, $108 million worth. I was at work for at least one $200 US dono. Yeah, okay, so I thought that one of them was $200. I believe that was the biggest one, but he would come in and do like 2 of them in a stream sometimes. Or like 2 $100 donos, right? So, you know, it's just, this is a weird reason, in my opinion.
It's me and Robin again. I want to clarify some stuff. Today, for the first time it's the 25th, things got crazy the 4th. So 14th to 24th, 21 days. And I had no idea what I did. Today, a very reliable, truly good friend. I'm not going to mention names because I promised I wouldn't. Got a hold of me finally and told me what he heard. And here's what it is. Not supposedly, I was given money.
Hey, Albs.
Well, first, let me give you a story. Turned 65, I lost my disability, long-term disability, from work disability, not SSI, which is about $900 a month. And I want to be very transparent because I've told you everything about me. You've lived in my living room for 6.5 years. I really don't have a lot to hide. Well, I lost that. That was about $900 a month.
Oh, maybe it was just processing. Is it up now? Okay, good. I wanted to make a video out of it, so I'll go do that.
At the same time, there was a problem, and I was already struggling, okay? Trust me, I was struggling. We were struggling. Dawn can't really go out and get a job because we're raising the 3 grandchildren, and they got special needs, okay? I'm not crying on your shoulder, I'm just telling you the facts. Anyway, so Easter, I wake up and I can't breathe. Panicked. I'm thinking I'm saying goodbye to the world. Dawn calls 911 or whatever, and they haul me to the hospital. I made 4 trips. Every trip was a few $100s in an ambulance. Anyway, so that happened.
You also didn't rest in between. I just want to say, like, some of this you did cause. You weren't taking good care of yourself at all. And then obviously something went wrong because they sent you home with a bunch of equipment. They sent people to your house to teach you how to use it all. And then literally like 2 days later, you were back in the hospital and like going back 4 times. Like, obviously you weren't taking care of yourself as you were supposed to. So, you know, like if you didn't want to go back 4 times and pay for an ambulance 4 times, maybe you should have taken care of yourself properly as they told you to the first time when they sent you home and then sent you a bunch of stuff to take care of yourself with. He doesn't have Medicare Part B. I have no clue. He's acting like he doesn't, but based on what most of you guys in the US are telling me, he should have some kind of health care plan based on him being low income, him possibly being on disability or old age pension, either or. So that's what you guys are telling me. Here you would be if he was Canadian. Robin's Canadian. I feel like it definitely is, as she should be. So I'm not really sure what she needed money for, unless it was to pay bills and help out with bills maybe a little bit. I could understand maybe some of that, but she should still be able to get on a disability in her province, and that should pay for like her rent and like most of her bills. You know what I mean? So Medicaid starts, I believe that Marty is 65. But I don't know. He would at least, you would think, be getting some kind of like disability or something, because he did stop working for being disabled. And I doubt that he just went, oh, well, I don't have a job now, and like didn't get on something. You know, it's not like he had money stashed away or much of that. And he's also raising his grandchildren. So he also has 4 extra mouths to feed now than he did then as well. So it's just not a good position for him to be in. Dude weighed 500 pounds. That's 40 plus years of not taking care of himself, probably. He must have gotten the cheapest, I don't know. He would get Social Security. Yeah, like most people are saying it would be covered for him. So I'm not sure. And maybe that's what part of the issue is here. Maybe the issue is that both of them are asking for money for these health things and for bills and stuff when they would be getting help, albeit from the government, which isn't always like the best help. It's not like you live large or anything when you're on these programs, but like not enough that you should be asking for donations from your community, sort of deal. You know?
Ash came to see me with Chris, and he talked to Dawn alone, and he said, what's going on with the mortgage? Well, we got to the point about 14 months ago, or 15, I don't even remember now. Well, I couldn't pay it. I couldn't pay it and feed the kids and do all the other stuff. And trust me, we're not living large. You look how I dress, and my house literally needs a lot of work. So he gave her 1 month's mortgage payment. He said, here, take this. So I said, oh my God, thank you. She cried, whatever she told me. And she put it in her bedroom. That's where it is right now. So we came, after I got out of the hospital, no, while I was in the hospital, Chris Johnson, who I thought was a brother, obviously I was mistaken a little bit.
How?
Loved the guy. I thought I still did. Okay, I don't get it. But anyway, he said, what's keeping you from going home? I mean, when you go home. I said, I can't get in the house. My dad made these horrible stairs, and they're real long. And
to be fair, you can't say Marty wasn't working pretty much a full-time job for Ash Mufareh. We did say there's no way that he'd be able to do this without getting something for it. Onpassive is a super unicorn valued at $140 billion, Done Deal says. Hello, Ray, good to see you. Right there, what the fuck does she still have that money? Hello, pay your bills like people told you with that money. And that's what I mean. So if he was given money to pay his mortgage and it's still in the drawer, maybe he's now being accused of misappropriation of funds. Still, ironic coming from Ash Mufareh, who misappropriated $108 million, but, you know, still.
I couldn't put my leg up high enough to get in. I'll pay for the stairs. You're kidding me. No, I did not ask him, but he said he would, and he did. The problem was, I got a hold of a guy to build the steps, and there's a certain criteria you can build. It has to be so wide, blah, blah, blah. and the material was off the chart. So it wound up being the money that Chris sent, it doesn't matter how much, paid for the material. So, oh my God, if the material's here, the guy's ready to work. My son found out, who, thank God, helped me out, and he paid the difference. So it was double what I thought it would be. I would have never did it. If you could just put steps that were sturdy and a metal rail, ugly, I don't care, just to get in the house, I'd have been happy. It didn't turn out that way and got beautiful, beautiful steps, porch, but I could have done without it.
To be fair, if it was his kid that helped him out, I don't know if that's an Onpassive issue. Even though both of them are in Onpassive, I don't know if Ash has a right to get upset about that, really. Like it's all just very weird. But again, if you're in a cult, I guess it wants to control your real life. This is approaching the foodie level of scamming. It really is. Marty seems to be off his rocker a bit. I see some non-members in the chat. Stop it, Rue. You're too good to us.
So that happened. And then people started contacting, would like to send money. And at one point, Chris, who was like a brother to me, called Dawn about, people want to give you money. Where do they send it? She doesn't know anything about that. So anyway, it happened. They wanted to send money. I was so grateful because I had no idea.
Like Sweet says, now imagine how the other people are struggling, Marty, who don't have any of that help. And that's been my point this whole time, too. We knew he was getting some help. We didn't know exactly what, but we were like, obviously there were the super chats coming in, so we could say those existed. We saw those. But it was like, obviously other things are going on here behind the scenes that he's getting help with. Otherwise, this level of dedication and stuff, it's impossible. Wouldn't be able, you'd have to find something else to do to bring in money or something. And it's like every time he talks about this thing, he doesn't think he's always been in a privileged position in this scam compared to everybody else. Because nobody else gets even the super chats he does, right? It's like, and there's no empathy here. Rue just gifted 10 memberships. Thank you, Rue. Everyone say thank you to Rue if you got gifted a membership.
What bills are going to be slamming on me. Now let's keep the money Ash gave me aside for a minute. So many people sent me 10, 20, 30, 10, 15, 25, 50, I think one. And I was like, wow. So it came through Venmo, PayPal, but it wasn't thousands, okay? It might have been 1,000. I'm not even sure, but it doesn't matter. Listen to what I'm saying. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. What's the other one?
No, you are bringing in thousands of dollars from the people of Onpassive every month. Let's not. We can't pretend now, Marty, that you got less than you did. Okay, to try to lessen whatever you're in trouble for here, which is apparently asking for the money. We're receiving the money. Now, I'll say, Ash never said, you don't send anyone super chats, don't send anyone money in this thing, even on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. So to be fair, that was never a rule or anything that people knew that they had to follow. So I argue that makes it a dumb reason. But again, he did receive super chats every day. Every time that they streamed, they would receive some super chats. And oftentimes, there would be $20, $50 super chats. And then the AdSense, he was bringing in at least a couple $1,000s a month. So, and that's also from the people that are watching him, in Onpassive, mainly, of course. All we've heard is Marty's side. I'm thinking maybe Marty siphoned off some of the super chats and other stuff he specifically said was for other people, like baby Chloe in her brain surgery. Well, we wondered if some of that was happening. Because I never trust someone when they say, I'm raising money for this other person, so send me a super chat, unless they have like the donation fundraiser set up with the YouTube, so that YouTube makes sure that the money goes there. Right? I don't know. There was numerous times he and Chris asked for donations for different things, including Seeds Academy, which he'll bring up. Marty ate the profits. 99 cents from the major. Yep, those were pretty funny, always. Mike Ellis needs to step up, take control, and become the number 2 in this unbelievably massive organization. Maybe he will now. You know?
Anyway, I have a record of everybody who paid and how much they paid. And it brought tears to my eyes that people would help me. I never, and if I did, I want to apologize to everybody. I never remember going and asking for money. Minnow, who was like a sister to me, set up where she was collecting money and got it to.
I mean, I don't really remember you saying, send me money, but there were times where you asked people to send money for other things, like I just said. Like for Seeds Academy, for that baby, for people, lots of people when they were ill. There was a few fundraisers for people when they were ill, which again, I'm not the one that's saying that there's anything wrong with that. I don't have a problem with you really doing that, as long as the money is actually going to the people that are ill. And you know, they actually need it for what they say. When Robin says she needs money for healthcare, I'm kind of like, that would be covered. We're in Canada, Robin. But, you know, the rest of them, I didn't have much problem with. So that did go on. Mark says, Ash is a narcissist and probably didn't like Marty getting attention, and especially money from other founders, probably. What's Robin's role in all this? Well, she got diagnosed with 3 different cancers, as you'll hear. And so she asked for some money. But she is in Canada. And so maybe they're questioning, do you need money for healthcare if you're in Canada? The answer is not for the healthcare, really. Mike should be able to fit it in with his Walmart job. Did she ask for money as well? She didn't really ask for money. She might have mentioned that there was a fundraiser for her going on. But Chris and me knew, actually, were the ones that started her fundraiser. So the weird thing about this, too, is that if you're going to boot out Robin, you should maybe boot up the people that set up her fundraiser, you know, as well. Just saying, you got to make it fair. Or do you, I guess?
Me, and she paid me money, too. God bless her for doing that. But it was all from the goodness of people's heart, I thought. But all of that money combined, just so everyone knows, didn't pay for everything. I got slammed. Now, I know they're thinking, because the point was from this reliable source was, I'm just sucking money out of people's wallets, taking advantage of people. And that hurts me more than anything, because I would never do that. At one point, somebody was really.
You were asking for money for like the AI videos that you make, that I'm pretty sure you do make for free. Because as I've pointed out, the voice usually changes if the video's past a certain length. And that's usually a sign that you're using the free version. And like the images that you're using, they aren't Canva images. I know my Canva. I look for them. They're not. So they're like AI images that you're using. So I'm pretty sure I know what, like sometimes it will say the app they're using when they post stuff. I'm pretty sure I know which one you're using for your videos. And so one might argue that was kind of a scam, Marty, for you to ask them to pay you $20 for a video That was a bit much. Has it been proven that Robin is who they say they are? Robin does seem to exist, yes. Onpassive AI. Robin does have a Facebook with family members and some pictures. Robin is a real person.
Really bad shape, and I had the last $100.
We already looked into it.
I had pennies in my bank account. Now, you either believe that's who I am or you don't. And at one point, Ash believed that. But I still have that money Ash gave me. Now, I'm going to get to that story. So I go to Venmo and all this stuff. I have everybody's name, how much they paid. And I believed, and I believe with all my heart, God lets me live long enough to get through this craziness. I'm going to pay everybody back plus some. Now, do people believe it? If they don't believe it, did I tell everybody that? No, but that's who I am. If you don't know who the freak I am by now, you never will. And especially Mr. Mufareh. He should know.
Scammer.
Money hungry, really? So I got everybody's name. I'm going to pay everybody back as soon as things get moving if I'm permitted to move forward. Do I need to be the spokesman of the company? Obviously not. I am now Clyde and Robin's Bonnie. Can't believe
Bonnie
it, but that's
and
the
Clyde.
facts. This reliable.
Not Bonnie and Clyde now. Oh my. We're being a little dramatic here. Let's not act out like Bonnie and Clyde in this, all right? Now, if you know the story, Marty, you might want to actually know the story of Bonnie and Clyde before you start calling yourself that. It didn't have a happy ending, sir. They didn't ride off into the sunset together. Just still got all the money he got out of all of you. Yeah, right? Pretty much. Already spent, gone. Ella has no sympathy for Marty. She says it's scammers scamming scammers. That's fine. No matter how you feel about Marty and what's going on here, you're valid to feel that way. Whether you have empathy or you're like, haha, karma, bitch. Honestly, I'm not going to tell you to feel a different way. I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong if you don't have sympathy for him. My sympathy doesn't really come from him being booted or whatever this is. my sympathy more comes from, I know what it's like, the part where you find out that all this new group of friends that you've just made, that you thought were your people, and you finally are like, yes, I found my people. And then all of those people stab you in the back. And you have to realize that those people that you were friends with for years and years, aren't actually your friend. And that sucks. Having to do that kind of sucks. But some people are like, yeah, but Queen, he's one of the ones that helped create that cult. And so, if they stab him in the back, that's his own fault. And I'm like, that's fair. I just know that sucks. It's a hard realization, and it's always kind of the hardest part of the cult thing. That to me is the shittiest part of leaving an MLM. Finding out that everyone actually was just using you, And it's like, damn, that sucks, man. No, he's not. There's just no way in his situation. He's not going to pay everyone back. A lot of people don't think he's going to pay them back. He'll have to restart his Forex business. Crypto Marty, the comeback. This is God's way of telling Marty his true calling in life is to be a motivational speaker. I mean, pretty much. Hello, Daniel. Good to see you. I've been missing a lot of Onpassive updates. Did Marty get booted? Yes, Marty DeGarmo and Robin Noble got booted out of Onpassive by Ash. It's in the back office. The reality of realizing transactional friendships. Exactly. And since this is more of a cult, you really do convince yourself that these people are like family. A lot of times, especially if you're in it for 6.5 years. Listen, the longest I was in an MLM for was 6 months. So like mine sucked. All right. And mine hurt in like a real friendship of mine that was a lot longer than that for a while. And that sucked, you know? And it hurt my marriage for a little bit, and that sucked. But I didn't have as much of this as Marty's going through, so I think that's where I'm like, oh, fuck. Yeah, this would really suck. 6 years around people where you think that you found your people, in a cult like this, that they've turned on some of their actual family for this thing. Replace their actual family with these people, which I always advised against doing, but they do it anyway. And then this time always comes because the MLM is going to collapse. We can recognize that perpetrators are also victims. Exactly. You can still be a victim of some of the behaviors and the shit that goes on, but still also be kind of an asshole and be at fault for a lot of it. And I don't have much empathy for Ash Mufareh, so I get it. A lot of people see Marty as being just like Ash. Like fart with more popcorn time yet. Marty and Robin finally get to realize they were never liked at all. It was all what Ash could benefit from them. Exactly. Hello, Naughty Rudolph. Good to see you. If you got a gifted membership, it came from Rue. True, that would be the sad part. How many people they lost because of the scam, and then they are scammed. And the sad part to me, too, is that a lot of times it's victims of the scam who are losing friendships that are other victims of the scam. This one's a little bit different because Marty and Robin were positioned quite high up. So some people see them as a little bit more of perpetrators than victims, and that's fine. But at the same time, most of the time when this shit happens right here, it's because somebody leaves the MLM when they realize that they're not going to be successful. And then, they're upset about losing their friendships, who are also a bunch of people that just haven't realized that yet, And it's sad. Hashtag no team, hashtag no friends, hashtag no coins. Naughty Rudolph says thank you.
Or said that it's all about being greedy, taking money from people, hoarding money, blah, 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 blah. I have nothing.
I mean, if the money was in the drawer, that was kind of hoarding, wasn't it? I mean, you at this point, you got to be like, yeah, I did it. I'm sorry.
I have nothing. I took the money that was given to me and I survived. And I paid the bills. I just got another big bill yesterday. Went to CVS, $350. I'm taking 12 bills a day and some crap. I feel like crap taking them. But I thought, keep pushing the company, keep pushing the belief in Mr. Mufareh and the end game here, and everything's going to work out. And I would feel much better pay off my debt to everyone who took care of me and pay off my debt. And I've said to Chris Johnson, who I thought was my brother, I said to him, I don't care about money. I just want to have enough I don't have to think about it. I think I've said that 1,000 times on every webinar there ever was. And that's
I feel like this is a lot of groveling, wanting to come back.
the facts. If I knew that people giving from the goodness of their heart was going to turn into me being a bank robber or some greedy, nasty guy, I would have never done it. No way was it worth this. I would have struggled like I'm struggling. My son still helps me. My daughters help me until things get moving. That's facts. And thank God, finally, somebody came forward. And the reason I kept asking Ash, what is it? And he said, well, they know what they did. God strike me dead if I knew.
I don't know if they did know. Like, I have to be fair here. Ash donating money to them in super chats, a lot of the money that he received would have been in super chats. And I don't know if Ash made it clear that they weren't allowed to donate money to each other and do that. And so, you know, if he was going to punish people for doing that or boot them out if they did that, he should have made it clear. Some of this other stuff Marty should have known better. But I don't know. Again, I'm not sure what his conversations with Ash are like. I feel like Ash is kind of a seedy person, and so might Marty be. So I don't know what kind of conversations they had behind the scenes. I don't know if it would have been something that they would have talked about. To be honest, Marty, maybe you should have cared about money. Maybe you should have gotten a job. Or not hung out in an MLM that was doing nothing for 6.5 years. You know? Yeah, Marty seemed genuinely shocked, which leads me to believe, because, like, you have to think, too, about the Oblast stuff. You have to think about Chris and getting money for, like, Seeds Academy and all of these other, like, little fundraising things that they've done where it seems that that was acceptable. So when you're in a group like this, you look to what behavior is acceptable and isn't acceptable based on what everybody else is doing. And then does that person get in trouble for it, or is it okay? Is the leader cool with that? You know, and it's been impossible for them here to figure these things out because Ash is the worst leader in the history of cults. Okay? He doesn't make anything clear. You don't know what the rules are. Fuck, right now, you don't even know what the damn company's called. You know, like you don't know what your expectations are. They keep telling people to get ready, and I keep saying, okay, but what does that even look like? Like, what does it mean to be ready for this? Nothing's clear here in terms of expectations, what you're allowed to do versus what you're not allowed to do. There's no place where there's written rules. There's no policy. And when there was, boy, did it suck. And did it outline anything about any of... No, not really. Like, so, to be fair, when you don't know anything that's going on ever, and then all you all know is that you're supposed to be supporting this thing and all helping each other out and save humanity, it's kind of like, why was it wrong for some people to get donations and not other people? None of this is explained. You know? It's just, it's weird. You know? Well, Red's still in Onpassive, but yeah. When did Marty get booted? I guess I never thought Chris would be the last man standing. On the 24th, he was booted out of Marty, Red, and Chris. Yeah, right? Right? Nah, there's been worse. Ash hasn't had sex with his followers except maybe Susie or their no. I mean, he's the worst leader in terms of, like, he gives no direction, no expectations, no rules. You never know what the man's talking about. So if you're somebody in this thing and you're trying to figure out, like, what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to be, or any of that, it's going to be impossible. It's going to be impossible. Maybe he also violated his NDA, right? Someone wanted Marty's downline? Well, that's what they're wondering, as you'll hear.
Would you be willing to say that right now? I had no idea. Look.
Do remember, if Marty gets booted out and Mike and Dan stay in, anyone Marty signed up stays under Mike and Dan. Don't forget that.
Reporting saying I don't know what it was. Now, am I going to sit here and badmouth the company, Mr. Mufareh, and all the stuff? No. Thousands of people did that, and they weren't written in the back of that office. They weren't written in OES. There's people overseas that stole millions. Their name was never written in that back office. But Marty DeGarmo and Robin Noble, Bonnie and Clyde, who had 2 devastating years, I know people have it worse, are getting persecuted because people sent money. And it helped us. I'm going to tell you something for Robin, and she's not going to want me to do it. I know this for a fact. They were talking about collecting money for her because she got devastating news, diagnosed with 3 different cancers. When I brought it up to her, I said, oh, no, don't get that started. Yes, I could use it, but I don't want people to think I'm getting favoritism because this could blow up. And my God, she was right. I said, no, that will never happen. Ash knows who you are. All these other so-called leaders and brothers and sisters know who we are. They know that would never happen. And there's a group of leaders that got together and decided my fate. And Robin. If it's just me being a spokesman and Robin, I don't know about her, but I don't care. That's fine. I wish I had never put myself out there this far. I could have been just happy. I built a good size people. I got to know a lot of people. I could have done it without all that.
Sam says this was a blessing in disguise for them. I agree, and I hope that they see it one day.
But I wound up being the policeman. Everybody came to me. And I want to tell you something.
We're going to talk about that more.
The responses I got from yesterday, and I expected 50-50, it wasn't 50-50, 99.9%.
I've talked about it before. When you leave an MLM, and I chose to leave both of the ones when I left. I was like, I'm leaving, goodbye. And even when I chose to leave and left, there was a period for like a few days where I was like, I don't even know what to do now with my time. Like, I have so much free time. I don't have to do posts and do lives where I'm talking about a product every day and talk to a bunch of people that I probably don't want to talk to today right now. No offense, but you know. And you go through a period where you're like, my whole life just got taken from me. Like, what do I do? Well, you know, because you're so used to that lifestyle. And then when you really do leave the industry as a whole, well, that it's like really an eye-opening, crazy time. I mean, no one in the leadership circles should have ever been given donations to help them. Look at all the people in impoverished countries that died with nothing given to help them. No one cared. And this is why it was never a good idea to have people that were leaders here that were doing these live streams and getting donations anyway. It would have solved all of this issue. There was going to be issues with this eventually, no matter what. And I even said it years ago. I said one day this is going to create problems because there's favoritism going on here. And Marty constantly talking about how close he was to Ash and bragging about it. Chris too. It's going to bite them in the ass. I don't know why Chris is celebrating right now. In my opinion, he's next. So, you know, and a lot of the founders that weren't getting these things and weren't doing these lives were starting to get upset behind the scenes and have been for years. Because they're like, listen, we're struggling. And then you're doing live streams where you're getting thousands of views, so you're good. But what about us? Now, we've seen comments like that. What about us? And that's why some people might not care. MM, good to see you. Do they all forget that they have put in so much money and made no pennies back in all those years? They have been lied to. For them, they really liked being in the position they were in. Right? It's, you know, and they've apparently got some money compared to everybody else. Robin was right, accepting donations would be abusive. It technically is. But to be fair, Ash should have nipped that in the bud at the beginning. There should have never been like a leadership council where people were doing webinars to get paid and whatnot, but all MLMs do this. And there's been many MLMs where this has caused problems. They'll be hunting for the next scam. Oh, well, what if they've already found it? They might even try and start their own like so many before them if they don't end up as one of us. Hey, Nev, good to see you. Just stopping by. I'm headed to my 9 to 5. We'll catch up later on the tea face. Pink drinking tea. Ooh, on the tea. Got it. Marty in particular must be going through a major ego death. Yeah, that's what's happening here. That's what's happening here. Yes, have a good day at work, Net. I hope this is Marty's and Robin's wake-up call. Me too, but unfortunately, all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. Right? That's completely understandable given the non-payment nature of this company for hundreds to be flowing to the top people. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
People love me and Robin. And they said the kindest things. And I'll never forget that. Now, what people tell you and what they believe, and listen, I want to tell you something. Mm-hmm. Everyone and all the leaders that you know have skeletons in their closet. And I could do what they did to me with each one of them.
Do it.
And give you something that you would go, oh my God, I didn't know that. But I would never, ever, 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 never do that.
And that's why you were first. I know, because I'm often that person, Marty. I'm also the person that I may yell at people and tell them I'm going to do things, but I can never actually do to people the cruel things that they've done to me. And sometimes when people know that about you, you're the easiest one to purge first.
Some of them who pretend to be friends and now against me, badmouth the other person to me. And I was always trying to be the peacemaker, trying to go to people and say, no, don't blow this up. Let it go. No, don't talk about that. No, Ash doesn't want us to do that. No, we got to be careful. What should I say? Don't talk about what's coming. We don't know. And this went on and on and on for 6.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden, group of people.
Well, there was a few times you yelled at us too.
Sounds like Ash too. Marty DeGarmo, his wife and his family are greedy, and they're taking advantage of people. But I swear to you, it was never my intent. If I knew that people give me money to help me with my bills was going to create this, I'd have never, ever, 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 never did it. Because this hurt me more than anything you could imagine. And I'm still on recovery. Going through this happy horse crap. I cannot believe it. It was like a nightmare. My wife is in shock. My son, who met Ash.
Less of me, more of life, says, I'm not going to lie. If I'm having a bad day, I watch your Onpassive videos and get a good laugh. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad. If you're laughing through the learning about cults, then that's all I ask.
Is in shock. You know how many private conversations I had with Mr. Mufareh?
Well, that's
like a brother to me.
I'm kind of in shock.
And I'll never go there. I'm not going to badmouth Mr. Mufareh. I'm just hurt that this went this far and people thought something like that so quickly, like villagers. Marty did this, Marty did that, and a handful of people.
Marty, you helped with the us versus them mentality. And unfortunately, if you have the type of community that kind of, feeds that mentality, that's when everyone gets out their pitchforks. So they're already out with their pitchforks. It's nothing for them to turn around and start chasing somebody else. And that's what people don't understand about communities like this. And there's many of them, even just here on YouTube. Even in like the commentary community, there's like communities, and they act up very, very tight knit, and it's almost like the streamer becomes the authoritarian leader, and they'll cast out a mod or something, and the whole community will dogpile one person, and then once it starts, it doesn't stop. So after that, then it's another person. And then it's another person. And then another person. And then before you know it, the streamer has become somebody that is just dogpiling person after person after person. And that becomes the content. And then that's what the community's doing. And it's because they're all already got their pitchforks out. You don't want to ever get your community to get out the pitchforks. Once they're out, it's hard to put them away. And one day, they may turn them on you. So, you know, like I said, just don't do it. Just don't do it. And that's kind of the issue here with the cult mentality in this thing. Is that Ash has been pointing fingers this whole time at other people. So you already got your pitchforks out. Already looking for somebody to blame. Marty brings up a good point. They never brought up Muhammad Kamal's name or Nizal's name or any other names, but they brought up their names. Because at this point, they want everyone to get out their pitchforks at you. It's part of the design. It's how cults work. Even if some got money, it sure was not from Ash. It was from donations out of pocket. I, too, am wondering where Ash would have gotten this money to allegedly pay Marty's mortgage for like 11 months. That is very, very bizarre. Like, where was that? Did that come out of the $108 million that you stole from everyone? I can see that now that Marty has been excommunicated. It won't be as surprising when the next person is, and it will be even easier now. Because first, they took out their pitchforks for someone that wasn't named. Right? And then they kept doing that over and over and over and over again. Ash kept saying, yeah, these people, they hurt me. They stole from me. Rah! Be mad at them. Right? And now he's actually naming. But he doesn't name those people. Instead, he's like, and then these two, Marty and Robin. We're getting rid of them. So, next time, whether he names them or not, it will be super easy. I mean, Ash gave him that money when he was in rehab, right? That's what he's claiming. I don't know how trustworthy of a narrator he is, to be fair. Could have been before that. I don't know when. But he did say it was when Ash came to visit him with Chris. So that would have been very, very recent. That just happened. Just around Easter time, right? Like what, a few weeks after Easter? He forgets what a dictator he was before, apparently. Interest off his crypto stash? It must have been, if it was from that money. 11, apparently. Apparently it was a lot that he owed. So he paid it off. So that's a lot.
The ones we all love and cherish.
Well, it will all dwindle down in the end to the man himself, Ash. Scary old internet lady says, good to see you. It's all really him anyway, isn't it? At the end of the day, yes. It is. Without Ash, no scam. Without Marty, still scam, unfortunately. This also gets a lot of the attention away from Ash for a bit. Exactly.
Kick me to the curb. In 1 second. And every one of these so-called leaders, I help them. Without a doubt. So I just want to give you my side. The reliable source told me it was about money because I'm greedy. I guess I'm Bernie Madoff, Marty Madoff, all of a sudden. But like I said, and I promise you this to everyone out there, please share this. If you gave me a dime, and the records, I have all of them, as far as I know, when things get better, I will pay you every cent plus something. I paid money towards Seeds Academy. Couldn't afford it. Chris raised thousands for them. Thousands and thousands and thousands. I thought it was great. Anyway, I'm going to stop because I just want to, you don't know what it's like to be accused and you don't know what it was, and all of a sudden find out and you're as in shock as before you even knew. But I'm glad I know. I love you to the person that told me finally. Never ever will say who it was. But it just never thought that's what it was. If I thought that's what it was, I would have addressed it a long time ago. I left Ash 25, 30 video audios. Ash, I'm sorry I took money I shouldn't have. I can't say that because I didn't know I was sorry for it. I wasn't. They wanted to help me. I helped other people. I don't get it.
Yeah, but why? Why were you helping other people if you were paying your mortgage and you were unable to pay your bills and you were unable to feed your kids? Your grandkids, but technically right now you're their guardian, you're their parent. So like, why? Don't do that. See, that's part of the problem. You're awful with your finances. You gotta take care of yourself first. And then if you have money left over, then you can help other people.
And then you're gonna get attacked for it. I'm gonna say this one more time. And if I did, because I'm only human and I'm getting older and maybe I forgot. I never, ever remember going out and say, send me money, please. I would say, thank you. I would like to send you money. Where can I send it? And give it an address. That happened. Do you know why I would say yes? Because I knew if it was on the other foot, I would do the same thing. Not for everybody on Onpassive, there's a million people. But we all got a close friendship with some of us. Boy, did that hurt. And then I found out some of my friends aren't my friends. And all the people in the background who never get a spotlight, that I always believe should have. They're the ones that came forward and showed support that they love me and they love Robin. And I want to thank you all for that. I'll never forget it. And I'm not going anywhere, but I'm gonna make this very clear, unless things are changed, which I doubt if they will now, is I am not a representative of the company. I'm not a spokesman for them. That has been taken away, it looks like, for good. Which hurts because I spent my last 6.5 years, that's what I did.
Especially if you like to say that, and then you're like, and then Ash paid it, and then you're like, and I was donating money to other people. Like, why? Why were you not using your money for the mortgage? Hello?
Anyway, I'm going to turn it over to Robin. Sorry.
Marty, very courageous and very proud to be your friend. Very courageous.
Here you have a 3 strikes you're out kind of thing. Like, you don't pay for 3 months. They're foreclosed in your house.
And honorable what you're doing here this morning. I am proud to be your friend. I'm devastated by the news that this is what has been the root of all of this turmoil and separation within the community.
Well, Dan and Mike did come out with their message before the Ash message went up. But we were real confused. We were like, where is this coming from? This is a bit crazy. And then Ash's message went up, and then we went, oh, okay. Well, now we understand why Dan Street and Mike Ellis did that. I feel like they knew that this was happening, and they wanted to either Ash asked them to do it first to kind of lessen the blow, or they wanted to do it first because they knew that Ash was about to do this, and they didn't want to deal with it afterwards. You know, one of those two things, I believe, had to have happened. Has Robin gotten to speak at all yet, or did I miss her getting to speak? She's about to speak, and she has gotten to speak. We did react on Thursday. Angel, I recommend watching that stream too, to kind of the beginning of this. And then I did a video on the stuff with Dan and Mike. I believe that was a video. You know? Money will always be what separates a community like this. Yep. Money and having the type of hierarchy they do, where some people are seen as leaders and more important than others, and they get extra stuff and a bit of favoritism. That always causes problems in these communities. So when you mix those two things together, you get this.
I would like to start by saying thank you so much to those people who sent caring and considerate and heartwarming messages, support and prayers since this message that was posted in the back in the pop-up. I never wanted this to be aired publicly. I never thought that my name would be put somewhere and be accused of something and judged by so many without just a little bit of courtesy of having somebody come to me and ask me directly or tell me what I had done wrong.
Huh.
I'm embarrassed. I'm incredibly embarrassed that this is how you would think of me and you would think of Marty. And I'm sorry, the tears have not stopped flowing, and I can't stop them. I have been sent into an absolute turmoil and physical trauma from this, and I'm really struggling. Money has obviously turned into being the root again of most evil and most jealousies. And this is just proven here in this scenario with all of this.
Lord. Marty looks so dejected whenever he does these lives now. He is trying so hard to get back into Ash's good graces. What part of the cult cycle is this? Well, honestly, I feel like we've been doing the witch hunts for a little while now. Ash in the back office there telling people too, oh, people stole from us, blah, blah, blah. This would be persecution and paranoia. I don't know if they're going to head into attack. It kind of depends on how this gets handled now, I think. I feel like Marty and Robin feel like they're being attacked. But I doubt this is the final conflict. I feel like we still got a ways to go before that. So I would say persecution, paranoia. They're going to start to point the fingers more at each other now after this because of some of the things that are said that you're about to hear. That will make sense in a moment.
I'm so desperately sad that the people that I thought were my friends have turned, like Marty, what I thought is a generous, incredibly humanitarian gesture that I fought so hard not to accept and ultimately didn't have a choice because I was in such a bad financial way. And still am. In accepting the gifts I thought too were gifts, and I too had pledged to myself that I would repay everybody who was so kind in sending money. I never thought I would have to be apologizing for accepting a financial gift that I thought that some.
She's like, I pledged it to myself. I'm like, okay, well then nobody knew about it, Robin. Like, I don't know if that counts. That's the same as like, I apologized to myself. Like, shut up.
Somebody had given from their heart. But I'm extremely sorry that I accepted your gifts. And I'm extremely sorry that the leaders created and self-deigned have turned this into a reason to have Marty and me attacked.
Attacked?
I'm devastated by all of this. But unfortunately, if there are no responses to calls and messages, and we are put up and accused of things that we don't know that we've done, and we are shamed into something. I don't know what the purpose was of naming us, other than absolute total embarrassment, and I'm so ashamed. There's no other way to respond to this but doing a message like this. I also want to say that You know, this wonderful We Stand With Ash that people have started up again now? Actually started thanks to Tim Johnson when I approached him. And he created on August 15th and August 16th,
This made me laugh so much. Okay, I have to say, we were watching this live, a lot of us. And I appreciate everybody who was at that live, actually. You guys were being awesome. Absolutely awesome in the comment section. You were being perfect. I was proud to call you my community when we were in this chat. With the comments that you were leaving, all of you were being very empathetic and lovely. And a lot of you were saying this was Ash's fault, which I very much agree with. But every time that I hear this, because this is like the third or fourth time I believe I've heard this now, because we were also watching it on the Recovering Hunbot, and it's like every time I hear Robin start this, it's so funny to me that she had to be like, by the way, I was the one who started the hashtag I Stand With Ash that you're all using against me right now, you assholes. And I was like, she's right. Like she did though. I mean, that's true. But it was just kind of like, of course she would. Of course Robin would, you know? Makes me laugh. Well, the Stand With Ash is backfired now. This just shows these people haven't lived before, haven't had many experiences. Not many life experiences, it's true. You can tell, right? It's just ironic that Ash is taking people's money all the time and Robin and Marty get booted after they accepted donations to help them while battling life-altering illnesses. Exactly. Like, it's like, sir, you weren't really the one to get mad about this. This is a very hypocritical reason to boot them out if that's what you're doing, but okay. If they can't help each other, how will they save humanity? Hello, A Voice Down Under. Good to see you. If you guys ever want to watch some amazing content on the Scientology cult, may I recommend to you A Voice Down Under. I have been binging a lot of the content lately. It has been fabulous. Fabulous advocacy for those that are caught in the child human trafficking cult, which is what I will forever call it. And Sweet also recommends them. There you go. So, recommended by myself and Sweet Goth. So you know that you can trust us. You're welcome. This has been wild.
2023. Two beautiful graphics for me that I started using and that everybody picked up and sent around, and we stood with Ash then. It was also updated on August 1st, 2024, and it was used again by thousands of people. And again, I stood with Ash. And I still stood with Ash. I still hope that this is going to be something that can be healed. This rift, this chasm, this Grand Canyon of distance and difference between so many people, friendships that have been lost over this. Was it all worth it? I hope the people who instigated this, I hope the people who felt that they were giving Ash something that would have us kicked out of the company or have us totally destroyed are satisfied with their results. Because I never wanted to be right up there. The names and the accolades that you've bestowed upon me and you've kindly given me, I never sought. I never went after. No. And I've been very touched by the kindnesses and the open heart affection.
So they are in the denial stage. They need to get to Ager and expose Ash. Surely they know stuff. I'm sure they do. I just don't know if they'll ever expose him. They still see him as this messiah. Sir Lord of the Internet, Ash Mufareh. And I don't know if even this will make them see. See, they're doing what abuse victims do, which is they're blaming themselves for everything. And they're saying, I deserve this. He's still great. He's amazing. He loves me. He's trying to protect me. He's fabulous. I'm the one that's wrong here. I did this. I was wrong and I hurt him. And so I deserve this punishment. That kind of thinking. That's what's going on here, right? And unfortunately, even if they get to the anger stage, I don't know if they'll ever see him as the bad guy, because they still seem to want to believe in this movement.
And as Marty said, the people who've come through with regards to this and the messages are people that have stayed in the background quietly, waiting, listening, working.
Oh yeah, they Voice Down Under said, just looking these guys up, what the fuck, they have a 4.6 on GoDaddy reviews. Yeah, they review bombed with fake reviews. Many of them talk about how great products are when they didn't have a product. They also created a fake Behind MLM website, which behindmlm.com, run by Oz. It's a website that tracks multi-level marketing companies and like the lawsuits they get in and exposes them and everything. A lot of us use it out here that speak out against them. And so they made a fake site of his where they just basically just talked about how great their company was, how great MLMs were. It was very bizarre stuff. And they created a bunch of fake websites to talk about how great they were. And they paid for a whole bunch of press reviews to be like, Onpassive is the new tech company, especially out of like Hyderabad, where they had one of their tech offices. They had like 7 articles that they paid for that were like, they're bringing technology to India. It's going to be so great. It was weird. Robin deserves it, if for only being so incredibly pompous, right? That's all you can do to describe this. Same as Scientology, fake reviews. Exactly. Cults and abusive relationships mirror each other. They really do. Victims will defend their partners during the breakup phase like this. Exactly. And that's what's kind of like going on here. They're taking on the blame. He's still seen as this great person that's saving humanity. They're starting to be like, we were the bad guys. We did these things. But they are still kind of being like, although we didn't know that we were wrong for doing them. And I'm like, well, I have to agree with that a bit. I really do. Because Ash is an awful leader.
And living life. And yet they are the ones who've come through with the prayers, the support, the love for us, for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to say thank you so much. I'm so grateful to the love and the prayers that have been shared, sent, the voice messages of prayers, the kindnesses.
I am going to say the people that are at the bottom of this cult have more freedom to do that. The people that are at the top of this cult, like Red Redfern, Tanya, even Julie, Mike, etc., you know, the people that we really know about, that we talk about often on my channel here, they might have some pressure on them to say that they stand with Ash right now and that they're, you know, denouncing your friendship. You guys are no longer friends. They're no longer connected to you. So it will be a lot easier for the people at the bottom of the cult to reach out to you and be like, I'm on your side. I'm really sorry. You know, whereas the people at the top of the cult, they very publicly are probably being pressured. You know? And how he's saving humanity, well, that's another thing, right? Yes, that's what I was thinking. Stockholm Syndrome. Yep. It happens. That's the issue.
That many of you have shown me. And Marty, I also want to say publicly, because I said thank you privately, but I want to say thank you to all of you publicly who did send me money through PayPal or to my bank account. I was extremely, extremely touched and grateful for what you did. And I never thought of that as anything other than you giving from your hearts.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought that somebody would feel obliged to do it. I never thought that it would ever turn into this terrible, terrible jealousy and evil that has been fostered through, I'm going to say leaders. I'm going to call them out and call them as leaders.
Yes.
Chris and Minu kindly set up this. Chris kindly promoted helping me. Marty kindly persuaded me to accept this because he knew how much I needed this. And it's true, I said no. I said no because I did not want anybody to feel that I was getting something extra, something special. I was waiting patiently, quietly, in my own little corner for Onpassive to come through with everything that Ash was saying. And when the kindnesses started pouring in, when the gifts of financial help, again, $10, $20, $50, even a couple of $100 from people that I knew were struggling.
From people who you knew were struggling. And this is when Robin lost some of my empathy. It's kind of like, yeah, why did you accept it from people who you knew were struggling? That's not cool. Just saying.
I was deeply, deeply touched to my core. And for this to be thrown up, and for people and leaders to know that this was being done, and to use.
We didn't care enough to be like, oh, you're struggling because you're in South Africa. Sorry, I don't want, sorry, I appreciate your kindness. You're so sweet. But please, here, take this back.
Use this against Marty, to use the financial gifts that were collected through other
100 is a lot for a lot of people. A lot of people. Even me.
efforts, not from him asking. And I don't believe I ever asked for money for myself. And if I've forgotten something, then I ask for that forgiveness, because I never intentionally would have done that. And I don't honestly think I did.
You sad fished a bit, Robin. To be fair, you did get diagnosed with apparently 3 types of cancer. And you came out, you told people that you were worried about bills and whatnot. You promoted that you needed help and that they were starting funding for you. So, seeing a whole $100 is a myth for people now. Yeah.
People talk about being Christian. People talk about being brothers and sisters. And I'm sorry, those who have done this, I find very difficult to accept any of those.
Ow!
Names, labels, whatever to them. Some of the most Christian people in this community have turned out to be some of the most vicious. So I'm going to share something that I have been mulling over whether to say or not these last few days. And maybe this will help you to understand.
She's coming with the Bible to hit you with it like Bob Larson.
The depth of which you have really hurt me and affected me. But let him or her who is without sin cast the first stone. So I shared that for my Christian brothers and sisters to take a leaf out of their own page.
It's like the most well-known quote from the Bible. That's what you brought? Oh. All right. Well, Chris probably felt that. That probably, stabbed him a little bit.
And just, how could you do this? You've brought Marty to his knees. You've brought me to a state of PTSD, fibromyalgia, shock trauma.
I'm sorry. To what, Robin? To what?
To
what?
Of their own page. And just, how could you do this? You've brought Marty to his knees. You've brought me to a state of PTSD.
PTSD? Robin. It's called post-traumatic stress disorder. PTSD, Robin. Come on. And can you get that from having everyone that you know and love turn on you? Yeah. But don't just go out there saying that you have it. Please. As someone that actually does have it, like the bad kind, I have C. PDST. Jesus Christ. Why are you doing that, Robin? Don't do that. Don't start doing that. I get that this was very traumatic, but not fibromyalgia, yeah. Stabbing Marty and Robin in the back proves that Ash was never their friend. A true friend would have stabbed them in the front. That's right. He couldn't even tell them what they did. Post-disaster stress syndrome? Post-derangement stress trauma, maybe. 3/4 of cult members develop PTSD. Pyramid delusional scheme trauma? Maybe that's what it is. Will Ash reverse it? Probably not. Good to see you. Scam Chan? Does Ash have the cure for PTSD? Tell him to send it to me, Robin.
Fibromyalgia, shock trauma, all thrown in together, and I'm sitting here.
I'm sorry, but I actually also have, unfortunately, good old fibromyalgia. If you didn't know, those of us that have CPDST, I have to really think about it to say it wrong now. PTSD. We literally it causes all kinds of health issues with all kinds of other health ailments can be caused. And one of them is fibro. But I can assure you right now that no one has ever caused me, and I've been through some drama, okay? All right, I've been through some drama. I've had some communities turn on me. All right? I'm a whistleblower. It happens a lot. I basically just go around having communities turn on me. So she can blow too many whistles now. So, but I can assure you, no matter how stressed I've been, I've never been like, oh my God, my fibro. I don't know. Not from something like this. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But for her to be like, oh my God, you've made my mental health go, my fibro go. I don't know what this will do for my health. Now, to be fair, she does have cancer, and I do not think that you should put extra stress on somebody with cancer. But, instead she brings up her PTSD and fibro.
Shaking like a leaf, and I cannot get this under control. Yeah, I'm scared where this is going for Marty's health and for my health. That's not the topic that we're discussing. It's the fact that there was jealousy, and people wanted to discredit Marty and me and turn us into something that I don't think we ever were.
Jealousy?
I believe in humanity. I believe in kindness to others. I still believe in Ash. I stand with Ash for his humanitarian and global concept of being able to help people in need and people who want to make better lives for themselves and to help others. I am not going anywhere. And I did pray and I did ask that prayers would help to bring forward the truth. And it seems like they have.
Yes, Robin. Robin's prayers were answered. They were finally told what they did wrong. But unfortunately, they're still begging. They're still begging to be in the cult. And that's a little bit unfortunate right now. I feel like we're our own soap opera these days. We should have a theme tune and extras casted for giggles. My extras are my chat. They get casted for the giggles. So I know that a lot of you have been like, this has been a really weird thing that has happened. And some of you are saying, what part of the cult cycle, life cycle of a cult is this? And some of you are like, oh my God, why is Ash sabotaging his own cult. What is going on here? What is happening? So I thought that we would just take a moment to talk about denunciation in a cult. Why does it happen? Why is it happening here? What is going on? So what is going on right now is what is called ritual denunciation in the world of psychology and cults. And it is a public shaming or purging, and yes, they use the word purging, of someone who was once loyal, done in front of the group as a performance of power and moral superiority. Okay? So there's a reason why they were the ones that were listed this time, and there's a reason why this was done so publicly. It's not about truth, it's about reinforcing control, demanding loyalty, and creating fear in the group. It happens in cults, like Scientology's disconnection policy, which you can ask a voice down under all about. It's in communist regimes, like the Maoist struggle sessions. And of course, you see it in high control MLMs and pyramid schemes. And I want to stress to you that this happens during the collapse, during the end of the line. This is often the start of the end for these high control groups and schemes. Why cult leaders do this? Ash isn't sabotaging himself. He's actually tightening his grip. By turning on Robin and Marty, he is redirecting blame. He makes them responsible for the scam's failure right now, not himself. He's testing loyalty. Members now must choose, side with Ash or risk being next. Purifying the movement. He pretends to be cleansing the group of negativity or disloyalty. And he's been doing that one for a while, right? I mean, they actually did have an O News that was all about pruning. And he's creating a fear-based loyalty loop. If even his most loyal lieutenants can be expelled, no one is safe. That fear keeps people quiet, and the most important thing, which is compliant. This is control, not chaos. I know it feels like chaos, but it's actually control. Ritual denunciation causes confusion. Members may feel shocked or betrayed, but for those who stay, the psychological grip tightens. They rationalize it. Maybe Robin and Marty really were the problem. And that live stream we just watched that they did, that's not going to help. That actually feeds into these rationalizations, because then they watch that and they go, yeah, see, they really were the problem. They internalized fear. I better not speak up or I'll be next. I better not ask for donations. What if I asked for a donation and now I'm next? Uh-oh. They double down on belief. Ash must be protecting us from corruption. He's so great, you know? Louisiana says they have collapsed, but no one is acting like it, which is part of the fascination about this. Well, few are acting like it. Aha, the scam has collapsed. The cult is still going strong, unfortunately. But we might be heading into the collapse right now. One day you're live streaming from your hospital bed, the next you're the reason for everything bad, right? That's kind of what happened here, right? It's kind of what happened here. I mean, that's Marty's experience anyway. That's how he'd describe it. So this is emotional manipulation at its most extreme, breaking trust with old allies in order to deepen psychological dependence, especially with the people who remain. What you're seeing is not leadership. It's cult collapse. Real businesses don't fire people in a back office message. Real leaders don't humiliate their most loyal followers in front of thousands. But cult leaders do, because fear-based loyalty is all they have left when the scam starts to fall apart. And as Louisiana pointed out, the scam kind of already collapsed. So this is all they got now. Ash is performing a ritual sacrifice. Robin and Marty are just the first. If you are still in Onpassive, ask yourself if they, especially Marty DeGarmo, could be discarded after over 5 years of loyalty. It's been 6.5. What happens to the rest? Because no matter what, if you're in Onpassive right now, you've been in it for at least 5 years. Most likely. No. So, do your years count? What can happen to the rest of you? If you let Marty go, are you safe? You know, it's just something to think about. If you're in this thing still, you really do have to think about that. One by one, people have been speaking out, coming out to say, I stand with Ash. I stand by Ash Mufareh, and his recent personal message is our OES, which it's not the OES now, it's called O News, but anyway. Whatever you say, you know. Hashtag I stand with Ash Mufareh. Heart, prayer, heart. So there's that. We also have this one being shared by many people in Onpassive right now. This exact image and wording. It's like they just saved this image and they keep sharing it over and over. It's all over Facebook. This image is everywhere on Facebook right now. A new personal message from Ash. 250725 hashtag I stand with Ash Mufareh. Big breaking news on OES. Attention founders, have no worries. We have never stopped moving forward. Many people asking me questions about that message. Ash was protecting all of us from things that affected many. I stand by he decision 100%. He stands by he decision. And even Nuno came on to say, today I woke up and saw that message from Mr. Ash Mufareh. Probably like many, I was surprised. But as I don't know what is going on, I will not comment. I will just say, I am with Ash Mufareh. Hashtag, I stand with Ash Mufareh. And then he has this image here. A new vision for the planet. Has Ash Mufareh there with his Elvis hair. And of course, he signs his name and puts an image of himself like he always does, you know? Oof, questions. Don't ask them. No. It's sad. Ash really had a real one in Marty. Who's going to start being the face of things now? Cowboy hat Chris? Yeah. How could Marty have a mortgage? He said it was his childhood home, meaning it's been in the family for 50 to 60 years. Well, you know, that was also brought up by some people. Jelly was wondering that. So there's some things that people are like, well, Marty, maybe you did, you know, get money you shouldn't have. But we don't know. You could have taken out a second mortgage on it or something. We don't know. And that should have been paid off twice by now. Also, admitting he has the payment from Ash in his room, right? I know, that was stupid. It was like, well, why is it sitting in your drawer? That's a real problem, you know? But it does make you wonder when you know that, right? Scam Chan says, I can't imagine telling anyone I have not paid my mortgage for 15 months. Well, here I'd be homeless, so. Hashtag I can't stand it. If Chris was the head guy, I'd need therapy. That might be what might happen. I don't know. I don't know if he's next in line or if it's going to be Dan and Mike, which, man, that's going to be so boring. It was already boring, but how dry are those going to be now? Julie did a video, graced us with her wonderful presence, and did a video in which she too had to let us know how she was feeling. And this looks like a hostage video. Look at her! Julie, blink twice if you need help. It's rough. This was so weird.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing fantastic. I just want to come on and do a very short video today, and I have something to say. You know, there was another pop-up today in the OES. If you haven't checked it out, please check it out. And I just wanted to come here and say something about Mr. Mufareh's personal message. I stand by Mr. Ash Mufareh and support his decision. There are so many things that we don't know at this point, but I do know Mr. Ash Mufareh's heart.
But you don't know Marty's heart. That was weird. I was like, okay, I would understand if people were like there was that comment that says, I don't know what's going on right now. But then why would you just automatically be like, but I stand with Ash Mufareh? If you don't know what's going on, maybe find out what's going on before you make your decision. But of course, we have all that blind loyalty, blind faith, all the cult stuff going on. So they're just like, I stand with Ash because he's supposed to make me a millionaire by the end of the year.
And I know it must have been very hard for him to post what he did today. I know and love our business. And I believe our business is not paused, not stopping. I believe it is moving forward.
The terrorists were like, F this some leopard Samson. They're like, she just keeps talking about this Ash guy and how he's saving humanity. Drop her back off.
Better and stronger and solid because of the unified vision we all have with Mr. Ash Mufareh.
Wake up, Julie!
The big, bold, beautiful dream, or the big, bold, beautiful tapestry.
Oh my God, not the bold and the beautiful again.
Is woven, and it will be revealed to the world. I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know what it is, but I believe that big, bold, beautiful tapestry
Julie.
Dream, it's already there.
What the fuck, Julie? Okay. I don't know when, I don't know where, I don't know how, I don't even know what, but I'm like all for it. Like, are you kidding me, lady? Come on. Her dialect has changed a little bit, but not really. So delusional. No business exists, Julie. There is no vision. It's the blind leaving the blind to the blind. That's what's happening. Lord. Ash can't pay for her release because he just paid for Marty's mortgage. So there's that. You loved Marty 1 month ago. Moving forward into the nothing burger, right? Where are we going, Julie? Into nothing. Julie's next for the PTSD.
So remember, and I say this to myself all the time, everything will happen at the right time, at the right place, and how it's supposed to be. The question that I'm asking myself, and I'm asking everyone, are we ready? Are we stand by Mr. Ash Mufareh? And so if you do,
she looks a little beat up. Like she's like all like, it looks almost like she's got bruises or something. It's weird. Like, I hope she's okay. She's aged a lot.
If you are ready, or if you do stand by Mr. Ash Mufareh, please speak your words.
Like, the last time we saw somebody go this downhill, it was Marty, and then he ended up in the hospital 4 times. So, I'm just a little worried.
Speak it out. Share it out.
Share
Speak
it out.
your heart. I
Speak
also
your
want to
heart.
take this moment to make an announcement. From this moment on, I am officially not allowing any third party or anyone to stream on my YouTube channel.
I heard through the grapevine that Michael Williams' aim might have also been let go from Onpassive. And that's why we haven't really seen him around in a little bit. We might have had something to do with that, for ratting him out for being in other things. I don't know. But he might have been let go, and that's the last person that she was really streaming with. And so I'm wondering if right now Julie's going through some a little bit extra, where she's like, okay, so I used to stream with him and he was just let go, and then now they're let go. Like, I better watch myself. Again, all that fear, right?
Any messages that is streamed on my
Yes,
YouTube channel will have my name to it. Okay? It is not allowed if they have posted anything today or from this point on.
Apparently, when Marty and Robin did their first live as well, it also streamed to Julie's channel, Chris Johnson's channel. So the live where Marty was all like, he had fed me, actually got streamed on everyone's channels. Because if you remember, Marty had his channel set up, his restream or whatever set up, so that it would go on everybody's channel, and it did. It did. So I think she's pissed. She's done. She's like, I'm not letting anyone else ever on my channel. Between Michael leaving, Marty leaving, and then doing that live stream on my channel, I'm done with all of you. This is my channel, my scam, and I'm going to run my scam the way I want over here by myself. That's all I hear anyway. Julie doing cleanup to cover herself, pretty much, yeah. Oopsies, right? That's all I hear, Violet. That's all I hear. So she's having a rough time.
So that's just my
Poor
short
Julie.
message today. Thank you so much for jumping on here just to listen to my very short message. And I do hope that you are excited, because I am. I'm very excited and looking.
Julie is like, that's so mono. I really hope that you are excited, because I am. I am really super duper, super excited. Do you see how excited I am? I am so very excited. You're like, are you?
forward to the next step in our business.
Excited about what?
And remember, big, bold, beautiful
Why?
dream. And
Big,
we are
bold,
all
beautiful,
share
man.
the same vision. Thank you
I
so
love
much for
that.
being here. Thank you so much for being you.
Oh my God, it's not going to be in it to win it anymore. It's not going to be in it to win it anymore. It's going to be my big, bold, beautiful dream or something stupid.
I hope you are well. Stay safe. Take care, everyone. Good night and good day, my other friends in other country. Take care of yourself.
In other country. Take care of yourself, Julie. Remember, you might be next. So I wouldn't sit there too proudly. So yeah, Julie came on and had that to say. So she stands with Ash. After that, apparently Dan and Mike doing their whole message where they're like, we're not attached to Marty DeGarmo anymore, wasn't enough. You know, Mike Ellis, by the way, really had to come out here and say a speech as well. He was like, I have to make sure that they know that I'm not going to have anything to do with Marty DeGarmo. So he, of course, also graced us with his presence.
You know, the last week has been a really, really busy week, a very eventful week. And what I wanted to do today is come out and just give a little clarity to what's been going on. To start with, Dan Street did a post in Facebook. And the post that he did, it was from Dan Street. And the post that he did, it was 100% correct. I also want to let people know that Dan Street...
We were like, we didn't really think it was a lie. I didn't think that Marty got hacked either, by the way. That was kind of stupid of him to claim. But thanks for letting us know, Mike.
Myself, Mike Ellis, we are no longer...
By the way, he didn't say by the way this time. He's like, and myself, Mike Ellis, you know, in case you didn't know.
Working with Marty DeGarmo, Mr. DeGarmo. We will no longer do webinars. We will no longer do lives. We will no longer do videos. We had a parting of the minds, simple as that. So we will no longer be working with Mr. DeGarmo. We also have detached ourselves from Onpassive Nation. And Onpassive Nation has run its course. It's no longer viable. And moving into the future, it just won't work. So we have detached ourselves, Dan Street and myself.
I don't know how it wouldn't have worked. You really just had to change the name from Onpassive Nation to whatever the scam was going to be called Nation or something else. I mean, everything's pretty much the same, but whatever you need to tell yourself to feel good about this, Mike. You know, you just stabbed one of your closest and longest friends in the back for a company that doesn't even fucking exist, you idiot. Imagine knowing somebody for like 20 years and working alongside them for 20 years, calling them your friend, and then doing this. We see you.
Of Mike Ellis, completely from Onpassive Nation. Now, I'd like to tell everybody that we will continue to work with those leaders that are engaged and following Mr. Mufareh. We will continue to be on their lives, their webinars. Really,
Mike is detached from reality. Yep. He's so robotic.
Wherever they want us to show up, we will go there and actually talk with people. I also want to tell you that tomorrow...
This thing hasn't really been paying out for them. I mean, unless they're also getting money like Marty is. Just saying.
I will be doing another video on O News 6, the last note that Mr. Mufareh put in the back office. It is extremely powerful. And if you catch the undertones of what Mr. Mufareh was saying, you're going to understand how powerful it is for you, for your life, for your future. It really, really some cool stuff that are in that note he left, and I'll be going over that tomorrow. Yeah, but today, we are done with Mr. DeGarmo. Dan Street, myself, Mike Ellis, we're done with Mr. DeGarmo. Moving forward, Dan and I will continue to do what we do, and
what the fuck do you do? You weren't doing anything. Marty was keeping your Onpassive Nation afloat pretty much on his own. Dan Street barely showed up to webinars, and you haven't been around lately at all. If it wasn't for Marty, Onpassive Nation wouldn't be where it is today. So... what is it that you guys are doing? You did like what? 2 streams with Marty? Maybe 3? And then you guys all broke up. So what do you do? Well, you come on here and bullshit everybody for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes in a video? And then Dan shows up on a stream every once in a while. Oh, gee, wow, can't wait for that. That should be real inspiring. Undertones, yeah. Reading between all the lines. Undertones don't mean anything, not here. Skip the stupid undertones, give us a normal speech. Yeah, and a normal update, damn it. How do they go from agreeing to stream with Marty every day to detaching completely from Marty very easily? Because Ash told them to. Unfortunately, their loyalties are never to each other. It's always to the cult and the leader of the cult. People will brand each other for half an hour with a hot iron and hold each other down to make their cult leader happy. That's what happened in NXIVM, which was also an MLM. That was an awful experience for those women. You ever heard them describe it and like the whole experience of that whole day and how they all had to like hold each other down and then have it done to them and then hold each other down and, you know, like the things people will do to each other to make the leader of a group like this happy is insane. It's craziness. People will shave people's heads, beat them up. It's weird. It's like all of that friendship goes out the window. I just can't imagine being the spouse or relative of these people. I guess it makes for a lively family reunion, right? Sucks. Mike, you never even taught us some geography. Hello, Sunil. Good to see you. And Joe says, yes, I did.
Very, very excited what Mr. Mufareh is showing us with the notes that he's putting in the back office. Can't wait for notes 7 and 8. 6 was just absolutely awesome. 7 and 8, I can't.
See, it's easier for them to give up on Marty than it is for them to give up on all their dreams and all of their beliefs, because they believe in this thing. They believe in Ash. So to them, it's easier to drop a friend than it is to give up on all their dreams and no longer believe in Ash, no longer have the status of being somebody important in this thing. They don't want to give all that up for Marty, even if he did mean something to them. It's the way of the cult.
Can't even imagine. But tomorrow I'll go over note 6, and I think you're going to be pleasantly pleased.
Real family members that are actually blood related to each other stop talking when one leaves a cult. Someone gets excommunicated from a cult, any other cult, Scientology, Jehovah's Witness, even the LDS Church. It could be your sister that you grew up with your whole life, and it's your best friend your whole life. And they get excommunicated from the cult for whatever reason. Usually something stupid like this. It's always a stupid reason. It's always something that like doesn't really make sense. You're like, what the fuck? And oftentimes it's confusing on purpose, and it seems to come out of nowhere on purpose. Helps with everything else, you know? Really strike fear into people, make them conform. But you'll be told, you know, you either give up everything you know and go off with your sister, or you stay here with us and you never talk to your sister again. You'd be surprised how many people go, I'll just stay here and never talk to my sister ever again. Happens like every day. Unfortunately, it's easier to give up on that relationship for a lot of people than it is to give up. To them, it's giving up everything you know. And even in an MLM cult, it's giving up everything you know. Sure, you might not be on a compound or working 24/7 in a Scientology building or doing missionaries that you have to pay to do. Going off and fucking going door to door. But you are going from webinar to webinar to webinar. And these guys are held to the same standard as someone that would be high up in those organizations is held to within these organizations. You know? And they've invested a lot. When Onpassive was on, how many did Michael Williams have? Hundreds, and he's gone apparently thousands, because I said hundreds when me and Ash Mufareh were arguing, and they corrected me. I remember that very, very well. Red has been silent the last few days. Anyone know his position on this? Oh, yeah, he's with Trash. Yeah, he's with Ash. Unfortunately, he left the Onpassive Nation.
At what it does for you. That's it for today, guys. Have a great day. Have a great week.
I just came on here and talked shit about Marty, tell you we wanted nothing to do with him again, even though we already told you that, and then tell you about my video tomorrow about only 6.
And we'll absolutely see you on the inside. Bye.
See you on the inside when, though, Mike? Like I said, Marty was your streamer. He was kind of the one keeping this going for you guys. So, like, when you say see you from the inside, I'm not really sure what you're talking about. You know? Not really sure what you're talking about. But do know that Marty has stated that people might have a reason to be scared if they say that they stand with him. Because in another stream that he did, he said this.
If any of you out there would like to join me, look, I know some of you are nervous about maybe being associated with me right now, and that's okay. If you are, then just don't leave a comment. I don't want you to be nervous over that. I appreciate that you're here. Hopefully when time goes on, I won't be such a focus, and I can just go off and just be me. I'll be happy with that.
So that was a little bit worrisome. He was talking about how you can come and join him on his webinars, because he wanted to still do his live streams as often as possible, try to be positive and find a way to make money, which we'll get into in a moment. So, you know, just one more time, since it's so short.
And if any of you out there would like to join me, look, I know some of you are nervous about maybe being associated with me right now, and that's okay. If you are, then just don't leave a comment. I don't want you to be nervous over that. I appreciate that you're here. Hopefully when time goes on, I won't be such a focus, and I can just go off and just be me. I'll be happy with that.
So I was kind of like, well, why would they be scared to leave a comment? That's kind of weird, don't you think? I mean, it's just kind of weird that he's like, I know some of you are scared right now. Like, why? Why should they all be scared? You know? Did Robin join any of those Onpassive meetups in Canada? There weren't really meetups in Canada. There's just a live webinar in Canada, and I believe she went to it with her voice. She is a real person. I have already proved that she is a real person. Marty's chair got repossessed. Not yet. Not yet. Alb says Red's still with Ash, even though Ash already turned Goofus and Doofus against him, and they stopped Onpassive 360. Yep. Red's already had the fear stricken to him. Right? So now he'll do whatever Ash says, unfortunately. Since he didn't leave at that time, it'll just get worse. If they're employed by Ash, they won't side with Marty, right? He's the one with the money, apparently. Maybe Robin started hanging out with Batman again. Maybe. Maybe. You never know. But one thing I do want to say is that right now it actually is the most dangerous time for members in Onpassive. So maybe they do have a reason to be scared, you know? The group is under threat, and that increases control. Ash Mufareh, publicly denouncing Marty DeGarmo and Robin Noble, sends a signal to members. No one is safe. Even the earliest promoters can be discarded. This creates fear-based loyalty, where members cling harder to the group to avoid being next. Instead of questioning the contradictions, they may double down to prove their loyalty. It's cognitive dissonance at its peak. Members are witnessing the collapse of everything they've invested time, money, and identity into. The removal of key leaders, the disappearing tech, and increasing chaos all challenge their belief system. The internal discomfort, the cognitive dissonance, needs to be resolved. And cults teach people to resolve it by blaming scapegoats and recommitting to the leader, which is what you're kind of seeing now. Isolation intensifies as members pull away from negative outsiders who criticize Onpassive, and now even from former leaders like Marty and Robin. Their world becomes smaller. They keep saying they already had a lot of us versus them mentality going on, and now there's an extra us versus them mentality, because now it's also them versus Marty and Robin, you know? Ash becomes the only safe source of truth, even more so. At one time, it was Marty. Now that's taken away, right? That's dangerous because it reinforces a totalistic mindset where people accept whatever he says without question, which they were already doing. They were already doing, right? So now it's even worse. And this just makes it more so. Ritual denunciation reinforces groupthink. Ash's public shaming of Marty and Robin is a form of ritual denunciation, a cult tactic used to strengthen conformity and suppress dissent that we just talked about earlier, remember? Members are now being pushed to denounce them too or risk suspicion themselves. This creates an atmosphere of paranoia and forced compliance. People are vulnerable and desperate. Many have lost significant amounts of money. Remember, it was $97 USD, but that is 3 months of pay for about half the people that joined this thing. So imagine 3 months of your pay going into this, you know? Tons of time, 7 years for many, and social ties to this scam. Now with the walls caving in, they're at their most emotionally vulnerable, and desperate people are more easily manipulated. Ash may use this moment to sell a new false hope, recruit into another scam, or ask for more money under a new banner, because oftentimes this tactic is used right before that's about to happen. And I'm sorry, but what do they say is about to happen? They're doing a new direction company? Interesting. Interesting. In summary, this is a high control, high stakes moment where Onpassive members are being psychologically cornered. They're more likely to act out of fear, obedience, or desperation rather than clear thinking. And that might explain a little bit of what's going on with all of them right now. That's why a lot of you are going, why aren't they waking up? What's going on? That's why. That's what makes this moment especially dangerous. The collapse isn't the end. It's the setup for the next level of exploitation. And we all know that unfortunately is coming soon. At least they keep saying it is. Maybe it will this time. We don't know. We don't know. We just kind of have to go with whatever they say. There's another reason to be scared right now. That is that Marty is still running his Onpassive Nation group. It's still going as a Facebook group, even though their Onpassive Nation is over. Still going as a group. And in that group, recently, just the other day, yesterday I believe it was, somebody named Michael Morgan joined the group. And they said, wow, found a free app. Just download and save on things you buy. If you would like the free app, just comment below. Yes, I want to save, and I will give it to you. As you can see, the app is used by thousands of people. Download this free app and save money on everything you currently buy. Dun, 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 dun. And Aggie came and commented and said, scam, which I kind of have to agree with. I don't trust this at all. Marty said, it's not a scam. It works and it is free. I wouldn't have let Michael post it if it was. And Michael posted it all right. Did Michael ever post it? And with it, he posted a link to this. It's the saveclubsplash.com. This is the website. Get your special invite to the app. And then it says you can start saving money on. And it's a scam. It's a scam. Free app, but you probably have to pay for a membership, right? So it's very obviously a scam. And so we went and checked out this Michael Morgan, you know. Went and checked out this Michael Morgan. Oops. Meant to do this. Save Club, I'm in. No way, not Save Club, I know. It's a scam, I know. This is Michael Morgan. Very interesting character that just joined the Onpassive Nation group on July 25th, 2025. So, you know, just a couple days ago there. And, yeah. But you see, Marty made the mistake of also linking the exact same link as his link. So now we're wondering, is this Marty? Is this Marty in a fake account? Michael Morgan? Who's Michael Morgan? Anyway, Save Club. As you can see, it's the Easy 100 AI, which is Easy 100 AI Michael Morgan. So, you know, that was very interesting. And that link also leads us to this exact website, the same website, the exact same one. It's the exact same link. So that was bizarre. So I'm pretty sure that it's Marty sharing this link. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Marty is under this Michael Morgan, or if Michael Morgan is an alias of Marty's, since it looks like an AI person, or what is going on. But it does appear that to just be a little suspicious. Yeah, the link is tied to Michael Morgan, but Marty is DMing it. But we still don't know who Michael Morgan is. And it just seems very weird that this brand new AI person showed up to share this link, along with Marty sharing the Save Club link. So, you know, that was just a little bit weird. Things are a little fishy, okay? Things are a little bit fishy. Feel like it's a little fishy. Some people believe it to be Marty. It might be. I'm not saying it is for sure. All right? I'm not saying it is for sure. But some people believe it is. And I'm saying it is a little weird. It's an AI person that just joined 2 days ago and is sharing this link that Marty's also sharing around. Maybe Marty doesn't want to be known that he's joined something new yet. I don't know. Either way, they suck. Savings Highway Global seems to be what he pushes over Save Club. The LG crew are also joining Shoppy Shop. Oh, Lord. They're all joining them. They're all joining them. Michael Morgan sounds like a fake name. It does. It's a little bit sus. I'm just saying it's sus. That's all I'm saying. Save Club, I'm in. Marty's pushing it. It's a scam. Where do I sign up? Yeah, Save Club, not my favorite thing. So, scammy, scammy, scammy. You do have to pay for a membership in it usually. They say the app's free, and then once you download the app and you like get into the group, then they're like, oh yeah, but to get the free stuff, then you got to pay for the membership. And then it's just an MLM all over again. It can't be, Marty. You can't even spell AI. That might be the only thing you can spell. But I just found it fishy. I just had to show it to you. Just had to show it to you because I found it quite fishy. And I told you I'd give you a good update on everything that's been going on since Thursday. And that's what I'm doing. Just recently, this amazing message also by Jeffrey Morlock was posted. And I find it to be quite funny. So I thought that it would be a good way to kind of wrap things up is if we, gave it a little watch. Marty came and commented under it and said, amazing Jeffrey. I wish I could turn back time. When Ash came to visit me, kissed me on my head, and said, I love you. And I was like, aw. Joe gets mad. Al, not AI. Al. Sorry. He hand-fed me. So Jeffrey responds and says, Marty, we all wish that at some point that we could just unring the bell, so to speak. You know as well as anyone, the best we can do is to learn and move forward. Many blessings. Prayer, prayer, prayer. So I wanted us to give it a little watch because I thought that it would be a good thing to finish off with. It's only 17 minutes long and there's a song, so should be fun. Should be fun. Michael Morgan is the new Bill Must. Maybe it's Marty's new Bill Must. You know, he probably does miss him. Let's see what this is actually Marty discussing this. And then apparently he shows it to us. By Jeffrey Morlock, Built with Love, it's called. Built with Love, lovingly offered to Robin, Marty, and Ash.
Hello, everybody. Today, as soon as I got out of church, by the way, church was in my house. Jeffrey texted me, Jeffrey Morlock. He had created a song that was kind of addressed to Robin, Noble, myself, and Ash Mufareh. Beautiful song.
Is that in the background?
The song is Built with Love. It'll come on right after this. I'm gonna say one more thing about all this mess. And this will be it. I wish I could go back 5 or 6 weeks. Mr. Mufareh walked up to me in visiting place and rehab and kissed me on the forehead and said, I love you. And that meant a lot. It meant a lot, the hundreds and hundreds of phone calls in the last 6 years that we talked. It became what I thought was unshakable friendship.
became what I thought was unshakable friendship. What's hilarious to me, by the way, is that Marty would have had to have recorded this and then added in the sad music afterwards. I've never done that without it being a joke. So I don't know what that's like to do it when you're actually like seriously trying to be sad and you like record a video and then add in sad music after. It's an amazing thought to me. The man told to appear in a deposition. Does Ash hold him dear or at arm's length, I wonder? Me too. It's interesting that he was deposed and not booted out, right? But then Marty gets, like, that's why there's a whole bunch of things that's gone on in this scam that you would think, oh, that person should have gotten kicked out before Marty, maybe. But, and at first I thought maybe Marty got kicked out for the illegal income claims, but apparently it wasn't even that. So I'm like, what? Does this mean Marty is emo? Maybe, I don't know. I didn't even know what emo was until Savvy and RK told me, so don't ask me.
Somewhere in the last few weeks.
But this is funny to me, sorry.
From the best I understand is he got upset.
There's sad music.
Now nobody's talking to me.
Now nobody's talking to me.
So-called leaders. Lost friendships of 15 years. And all I say is, if I offended, I'm sorry. If you gave me money to help me with the bills, thank you. And I have a record and I'll pay you back. Anybody that helped me, that will be one of the first things I do. If I knew getting sick and people sending me money would cause this, I would have never accepted it. A lot of the time when I heard about people wanting to help out, I wasn't super clear-headed. In fact, I was in a fog for weeks. But it doesn't matter. Obviously, I wasn't believed. But I just want to say, I could turn back time 30 days, 35.
It's so funny. He's like so sad. He's like so sad in this video. He's like, all my friends left me. Everybody hates me and I don't know what I did wrong. I wish Ash Mufareh would come and hand feed me again. And like we got the sad music in the background, you know, like the violin thing. And the piano going, and it's all like, do, 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 do. Be sad, please. And then every once in a while it goes, ping! Like, it's too much for me. There's too much comedy here.
5 days. Man, would I do it. But I can't. And
Bing!
I just want to thank Jeffrey for doing this. It meant a lot to me. My whole life, besides my family, was this company and Mr. Mufareh. I was the watchdog. Now I'm no longer the watch. I think I'm just a dog tied outside.
What the fuck, man? Okay, Marty. But this one's a little bit dramatic. Okay, you got reel this in a little bit. Okay, I don't know. What in the theatrical hell is this?
Kind of sad, though.
It's kind of sad, though.
That it came to this. Anyway, I went to watch the video. I asked Jeffrey if I could have it and play it on the on my YouTube channel, Robin. Other people told me don't dare put anything on their channels anymore. And that's okay.
Joe says, we should get Ash, Marty, and Robin on a Discord call to hash things out. The saddest breakup, it really is. Oh, it kills me, though. Ping!
Okay. how things change. Anyway, like I said, this would be the last I talk about it. Don't write me about it. Don't ask me. Try to make it better. I tried everything I can to.
Did you see him turn it off there? Did you see it? Did you see it? We'll play it again, just in case you missed it. In case you missed it, if you're doing something else right now. Marty just did like 4 minutes of being very, very sad, talking very slow. You know, really setting the mood here.
Anyway, I want you to watch the video. I asked Jeffrey if I could have it and play it on the on my YouTube channel, Robin. Other people told me don't dare put anything on their channels anymore. And that's okay. How things change. Anyway, like I said, this would be the last I talk about it. Don't write me about it. Don't ask me. Try to.
And now he's back to his robotic self. Like when he used to tell them all the time not to write him about certain things, right? He just goes, anyway, and it's like, that was all a performance that we just saw. And then he almost turns into like Onpassive Marty again for a moment, where he's like, don't write me about it, don't tell me. This is the last time I'm talking about it. Like he's giving instruction again to everybody. It's just very interesting, isn't it? Joe says, yep, I saw it. Marty doesn't know what to do with his time freedom now. It's like, welcome to true time freedom, Marty. Retirement.
Make it better. I tried everything I can to make this go away.
Angel says, that's the stuff that immediately makes police detectives in an interrogation believe you're the guilty one. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, this is looking sad, fishy, and like he's begging. You know, it's a lot of groveling. It's some manipulation here, you know? Be a little dramatic, Marty. The drama.
It didn't work. And sad. All those years, something happened in this last few months, I guess, with money. Which on my side, I'm not a greedy guy.
Well, now he's back to being sad.
People are buying stuff for people every week. Especially Robin. Why did Robin have to be put in? She almost begged us, no, don't collect money from me. I don't want to hear anything later. That's what she said. Anyway, I don't want to hash over new stuff. Watch this video. Jeffrey, you're a good-hearted guy, and thank you. And I won't forget it. It's a big deal. Anyway, and I'm going to say one more time, I have no animosity to anyone. People that were friends for years, decade. One thing I did happen to me in the hospital is I got closer to God.
Oh, Lord.
Forgiveness is a big deal, and I forgive. I forgive that people will talk to me. And like I said, if I did anything that offended anybody or looked like I'm trying to do something, my intent was never that. And if I did, I'm sorry. What else can I say? Anyway, watch this. It's very good. I'm in peace now.
Now it starts to sound like his deathbed confessional or something. I'm at peace now, he says. So.
I'm not all upset. There was weeks I couldn't sleep. I was starting to get sick. But I'm past that. I know who I am.
So then I started to wonder if maybe Marty being sick was also due to some of the stress from this stuff. Because they told us that this drama has actually been going on since like June with them. So it's like, oh, Well, maybe they were stressed. I don't know, but I feel like Marty was in the hospital before that. But maybe he felt something coming. Ash will never watch it, Marty. We all know you want Ash to see it. He won't care. Exactly. Right? 10-hour days, he has to help with the kids now.
I know my intent
Do you? Was to make money. You did. Congratulations.
Anyway, watch this. I think you'll enjoy it. It's very nice. And I hope everybody, even if it's not me, get back together and let's not start groups of people talking about other groups of people. Don't
Too
talk
late.
to him. Whatever you do, don't talk to him. I never thought this.
Marty, did you miss the divide between like Bangladesh and everyone, or the divide where the Indian O founders were talking about how they didn't like the US O founders, many of them? Well, they were talking about they didn't like their own O founders that were giving them information. There's been a lot of divides happening within this group that we touched on, actually. So that's been going on for a while here.
This company would lead to that type of thing, but it obviously it did. And I never thought I would be involved in it. I thought I'd be in there trying to calm it down.
Yeah.
But
see, that's the thing. You made the mistake of thinking that you were untouchable in this. That was part of your problem. Is that you're not. Nobody is, unfortunately. In a cult, you're all disposable. As soon as Ash is done using you, he's done.
anyway, love all of you. OTech guys, Mike and Dan, no matter what. Love you guys. We spent a lot of time together. You feel the way you do, and that's fine. But I have no more than I'm sorry. I don't have anything else left. Anyway.
Shut up! Play the damn video!
Good. And happy Sunday, everybody. My throat sounds like this because the medicine I take just sucks.
Yeah, did I tell you that this was from today? Yeah, we've made it all the way to today now.
It's the water out of me. Yeah. Anyway. God bless
No, she will die, Takara. Lord. Blackpool. By Jeffrey Morlock, it is beautiful.
Hello, and many blessings to everybody. Today I wanted to try something a little different, go out on a limb, as it were. Not new, but definitely intentional. This message and the original song that follows it are lovingly directed at Robin and Marty and Ash. It's a call to reflection, if you will, a call to a quiet action even. For years, we've spoken about lifting humanity, and because of one remarkable soul named Ash Mufareh, we've lifted the hearts and minds of a lot of people through his vision, through what we built. It was a vision built from the ground up. We should remember Go Founders, right? And we went to the top. I mean, to the top of the Burj Khalifa. Ash, you made that happen. And it's a legacy that echoes in every heart of anybody that has ever been touched by Onpassive. Now, somewhere along the way, maybe we forgot some things. I don't know. Maybe we lost sight of the fullness of who we are and what we truly stand for. Hey, life's like that, right? It gives us moments that break us wide open, right? They reveal the hard truths, division, betrayal, silence, where there was once unity. We don't get to rewrite the past, but we always get to choose how we respond to it. That's what Build with Love, the song that I mentioned earlier, is all about. This song isn't an escape from pain. It's a bridge beyond it. Every line.
At this point, I'm just like, play the fucking song. Just play it, damn it.
Holds healing, not as a cure-all in a way. It's more of a compass pointing us back to who we are, back to grace. We're not defined, right, by the heartache that we experience, but by what we do with that experience to rise above it. Love isn't just what we feel, it's what we commit to build. It's what Onpassive stood for, stands for.
Yeah, let's talk about the build up to this song. This better be the best song in the entire fucking world at this point. Okay? Like, this is the longest intro for a song ever.
It's what Onpassivians bring to the table. Love is the bridge that we offer when trust has frayed. It's the hand that we extend when forgiveness seems far away. It's the light that we reach for when the path grows dark, right? That, lifting one another and humanity, is the heartbeat of who we are, who you are. Ash, I've never personally met a leader greater than you, that I know of anyway. And I won't pretend to know the burdens that you've carried, but I've seen the strength, the generosity, and the quiet forgiveness that have consistently marked your path.
He's like a pastor coming in telling everyone to forgive. Was Jeffrey coming up with these lyrics during his 7-hour SEC deposition? Maybe, Chris. Good to see you. In It to Win It isn't going down. The song never will. Morlock Burj Khalifa was AI. I believe that they probably did like one show. I do believe that Ash probably paid for one show, and then I think that after that they just used footage. Or did AI. Uplifting humanity, unless your name is Marty or Robin. No uplifting those humans. Hi, Queen. Being promised to be paid and have to wait 7 years to be paid. Anybody in their right mind would be nuts. Thank you for waking me up. You're welcome, Janine. You're not nuts. You're not nuts. You had a belief in somebody that gave you a lot of broken promises and lied to you and manipulated you. And I don't want people to leave MLMs and think that people are evil, that there's no good in the world, that there aren't people who don't want to help people, because all of that is true. It's just you trusted the wrong one, you know? You know? But after 7 years, you got to kind of go that this isn't happening. This guy's been running this for way too long, you know? Like, do something. Stop talking about it. So I'm glad that you're out. Ash forgives. No, he does not. Well, I mean, I haven't seen much forgiveness from him. I have seen him get mad at people a lot. You know, he's gotten mad at a few founders and then maybe not canned them, which is also what makes this a little bit weird. We're kind of like, well, okay. Fake ads are part of the vision. It really is. Jelly Snack is partying. Aim said, what if this is the one? They all said that. Indian eyewitness told they've never seen those light ups. Yeah, but I don't know if they were there. Like, I do believe that they paid for it once. I do believe they paid for it one time. It's crazy expensive to get as long of a show that they showed, though. I was kind of like, this is a very long show. So I do think part of it might have been AI. But I'm not going to say the whole thing was fake. Janine, I'm so sorry you were lied to by Ash and all those leaders. I'm glad you woke up and were able to get out and save yourself. Yes. Freedom from the scam is great. It really is. It really is. They work there? All right, well, maybe it wasn't there at all. Maybe it wasn't there. See, back then would have been right when Ash stole the $108 million. Like, that would have just happened. So I was like, he could have used that money to pay for it. Paid once to record it. That's what I believe. That's what I think is the most believable thing. And then after that, they would have just used clips. I believe the Bird shows were the reason Mohammed Nizal was hired. He had some software where they planned light shows, and he had to bring that software with him. they spliced in B-roll with the vids. Maybe. Hopefully, when the SEC stuff is over, they can shine some light and they'll let us know more information. That's what I'm hoping for. It might not happen, but I'm hoping for that.
I believe that you have the heart and the clarity to help guide us back to what matters most. Robin,
Just
Marty,
a song.
man, you guys have stood in the fire too. Leadership has asked a lot of you, and you answered. The toll was not small on you, okay? On your bodies, on your finances, your spirit. I see that. We all see that, and we honor that, all right? So this moment, right, this message and this song is an offering to you three and to the rest of us around the world. It's a chance to walk forward, not with bitterness, but with bold compassion, to speak truth, not with blame, but with hope, to choose unity as we once did under the banner of Onpassive, which is a movement that still lives and breathes in each one of us. Because like the song says, we build with love, and with love, we rise. I really hope you enjoy it.
Okay, so now this is the song. This is the song now. Lord. Longest intro to like 5-minute song ever. Jesus Christ.
Love, and with love, we rise. I really hope you enjoy it. It was written for you. Thank you.
Bye.
We've been through storms that break our hearts and betrayals that tear things apart. We've seen shadows fall where trust once grew, where pain runs deep through and through. Only in the prayer we shape our way. Our gift is the choice that we make today.
Okay, so it's an AI song. Of course it is. I was hoping that Jeffrey Morlock would have gotten out the guitar at least for this or something. But no, we're doing an AI song. So, best song in the world. Stop talking about Onpassive. Onpassive does not exist. It doesn't. People with very iconic songs have a long intro. That's not yours, Morlock, right? We could have made this intro way shorter. The intro was like 12 minutes. Okay? It's too long. Too long for this song, especially. This is literally a 20-minute song.
Weight of the past, what we've known, isn't where our love is sown. Wounds now scarred can be our guide, not to sink in judgment nor rise in pride. We use sadness or hurt to make a friend of grace, to heal the world and put love in place. We build with love, so hearts can bend. Through grace and truth, we rise again.
The first time. Okay. So I'm not sure what the goal is with this song now. It's Ash's praise and worship service. It is. I'm just like, with Jeffrey's speech after Marty's speech, especially, and then this song, it's like, do they think that Ash is going to watch this video of theirs and then be like, you know what, Jeffrey's right. I'm going to invite Marty and Robin back in, and we'll just pretend that none of this happened, and I'll launch Onpassive back up tomorrow. Like, is that what they think is going to happen here? Like, is that the point of this? Because it seems to be the point of this. Or is he trying to give them closure with this? Because then, like, the lyrics of the song are more like a closure song. So I'm kind of confused as to what are we doing here? Like usual, I'm watching Onpassive, and I am saying, what is the point of this. What are we doing? It's the Onpassive version of Inagata David. He shows up on a different job on LinkedIn. Who does? Jeffrey? Distract us with a song. Try to trick us. Pass the collection plate, right? Ash's heart won't bend. Yeah, that was a weird lyric. I don't know what that was about. It's just, I don't know what the goal is with this, what they think this is gonna do.
Pushing past pain that pulls us low. As forgiveness lights a path we know, with compassion firm beneath our feet. Each step makes the journey more complete.
At least they brought up feet for the feet lovers out there. At least that happened.
Lines drawn, no dark disguise, just love.
No dark and what? Wait, what was that? We got to do that again.
Beneath our feet, each step makes the journey more complete. No lines drawn, no dark disguise, just love.
Guys? No dark guys. This is why you shouldn't have AI do your songs. Unless you're like me and you're doing an AI song to make fun of AI songs. then I'll let you get away with it. But it's just, something like this always happens. They always fuck up a word. And like, it makes sense when they fuck up like Mufareh because it's his last name. Like, I grew up with the last name that was very hard to pronounce, and it was French, so like everyone would always say it wrong. So I was just used to that. And AI would not be able to pronounce my maiden name at all. So like I'm like, you know, that makes sense to me. But like, they should know the word disguise, okay? But they're like, disguise? And you're like, what? How did the AI not know how to read that, you know? I personally think Morlock is trying to give them closure, especially combined with his response to Marty's comment about turning back the clock. See, that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, what are we doing here? Or are we just hoping either will happen? Like, what's the goal? Morlock is trying for closure, and Marty is hoping it makes Ash bring them back. Two different goals for this song. Aha. See, now that tracks. That could be why I'm so like, what are we doing? Feed pics, yes. I thought they said no darky guys. AI is racist, Mr. Level. I didn't know what it said. I just know it said it wrong. And I was like, wait. The word is disguise. It definitely didn't say that. And it should know that word. That's not really an uncommon word, is it?
That lips and open the eyes with the we build.
See, they even fucked up the opens eyes part.
With love we rise. We believe in dreams shared so bright, and in making plans to do what's right.
Yeah, just in making the plans, though. Not actually doing anything. They just believe in making the plans to do a bunch of things.
No weather trust gets torn away, hurt steps in to rule the day. The fall might break us, but what makes us whole is depth of compassion held in our soul. So this isn't where the story will end. Mighty to heal, we rise again.
Yeah, it seems to be more closure.
Echoes of pain, tempered, not dwelling in shadow, we stand for what's right. Sorrow to strength, healing from tears. We lift the world by settling fears. We build in love, so hearts can bend.
Okay.
For grace and truth, we rise again. Pushing past pain that pulls us low. As forgiveness lights up, I she know what compassion there no dark disguise, just love.
I got right that time. It didn't say no darky guys that time, Mr. Level. No darkened fries. They don't burn the fries at that McDonald's. Is there any song by Onpassive that doesn't have the word rise in it? No. No, and it always makes me laugh. It already makes me laugh. It did, right? Isn't that weird? It's so weird. Got it right that time. I was waiting for it. I saw it there and I was like, oh, let's see what it says this time. It doesn't know how to say opens. And opens his eyes.
We build, with love we rise.
I don't think they're rising.
No blame to cast, make peace a gift. We'll rise above, we can heal the rift.
The song feels so fucking long. And I don't know if it's just because the intro was 12 minutes for it. Or if it's just like a long song at this point.
With open hands, we can mend the fray. Compassion makes for a brighter day. For every soul that's lost its way, we'll light the path with love's display. We build.
Wow, listen to how great that AI harmonizes. Isn't she good? This is no in it to win it, Mr. Morlock.
With love so hearts can bend. Through grace and truth, we rise again.
When was the first time?
Just love the years and broken ties.
I got right that time.
We build, love we rise.
The drama.
We build, with love so hard.
Jesus Christ. Now I'm like, just end the song already.
Through grace we rise and wounds transcend.
What does that mean? Through grace we rise and wounds transcend. You know, like I don't know if that means what they want it to mean. It just Al can neither speak or sing correctly, but it's cost billions, or maybe he has a cheap account. I feel like this song's long, too long, and if he did the lyrics for it, he might have had to have put a bit of money into it. Well, Ash Mufareh beats his meat. Oh my God, Thomas. Jesus. Feels like a funeral song. It does, right? It's very church-like.
Truth is our light, hope is our flame. We walk in love and build the same. Who walk in love and build the same.
Okay.
We walk in love.
Who's that?
And build the same.
You got a new girl to come finish it. I don't know what that was. No, don't play. Don't play. Oh my God. That'll be a copyright strike. That was bizarre. Okay. All right. New singer came at the end. I wasn't really expecting that one. That was, it was like, who's this? It's, Thomas says, it's Timu. And then it just ends like that. Like that was it. It's over. It's over. Dang it. All that for nothing. I did not like it. 0 out of 10 would not recommend. Jeffrey definitely wrote the lyrics and music, then had an AI female voice perform it. Yeah, next time, just perform it yourself, Jeffrey. This is what happens to the people who come in fourth on American Idol. Well, have you seen how Ryan Malcolm is doing? Because, apparently even if you come first, you may not do well. Just saying, even if you come first. No replay value. It's true. I don't see people jamming to that song. We might only ever listen to it once again. But yeah, that was Build with Love and Marty's intro to it. And I guess now you know also what Jeffrey Morlock thinks of all of this, because I'm sure you were all dying to know. You're all like, Queen, I will not be able to sleep this Sunday night unless I know what Jeffrey Morlock's thoughts are about this, and he puts it into a song. Okay? I will be up for days pondering if we don't watch that. Anyway, it's the latest information on what's going on with this. Marty did say he wasn't going to talk about it again. And I mean, how are you going to follow that song? So maybe they won't talk about it again. I guess we'll just have to kind of see what's going on with this thing, you know? See what's going on with this thing. Not a good beat, and you can't dance to it. No. Well, it's 10 p.m. here, Jelly. So I'm about to wrap things up, but we can definitely watch Chris this week for sure. For sure. Before I wrap this up, I just want to talk about a comment that was left underneath one of Marty's posts in the group. Just because also my little one's going to be showering soon, and then the background noise will get crazy out here. But there was this comment left, and I think we should go through it, because I believe that it, kind of incorporates everything that you guys are thinking into a comment about this, if you will. If this is what Jeffrey Morlock thinks, I'd hate to see what Jeffrey Leslock thinks. That's it? Yep, that's it. That's it for now, anyway. That's it for now. After this comment. First, we're reading this comment. But this is more in support of Marty, but it also talks a bit about what this cult does to people. So I think it's important that we give it a read. It says this. I will say this. In 2020, I was in a vulnerable spot in life and was desperate to find a way to make extra income. My cousin called me and told me about Onpassive. He had me watch some videos, and according to Ash, Onpassive sign-up fees were about to increase, and Onpassive was about to launch. The FOMO, fear of missing out, was used against me, and I fell for the lies and sign-up. Meanwhile, from watching so many Onpassive videos on YouTube, my feeds were full of make money online garbage, and I fell for those schemes too. I spent over $10,000 on solo ads and learned how to build websites, SEO, etc., all for nothing. The root of my problem all started with a lie that came directly from Ash Mufareh. My marriage suffered, my life was in shambles, and I am still broke. I pray for Ash, I fear for his soul. I guess you could say Robin also fears for his soul, after everything he put her through. So, there are some people that are speaking out and are saying that they don't appreciate what Ash is doing, But do try to remember that there is no Onpassive anymore. Ash has shut it down. So there is probably something new that is about to start up. Something new that is about to start up, so much so that, they're starting to talk in the back office again. They're doing updates again. So a lot of people think that that means that something here is about to start up. But if something does start up, it will most likely be something brand new. So, I think to end this, I will update you on what is going on in the Onpassive back office. because they also did an ONU 7 on the 25th. Again, the last message was the personal message from Ash that says there are individuals, including Marty DeGarmo and Robin Noble, who are not who they presented themselves to be. Because of my own personal interactions with them, I no longer trust or support either of them, which is weird because here he says it's from his own personal interactions, and then Marty is like, it's from us taking money. But anyway, scams move farther. That's right. Ash is an evil man. He's the opposite of the Christ figure. His followers revere him as he's an antichrist. Exactly. Ash, master affiliate. Yep. That's right. He's an asshole. Anyway, he says, catching you up, calling you in. If you've missed any of our recent updates or simply want to reconnect with the heart of our message, this special edition of O News is for you. Remember, all of the news bulletins are saved and available on this pop-up when you use the slide arrows. They're not slide arrows, you gotta click on it, but anyway. Over the last several weeks, we've published 6 important announcements, each one revealing a different part of the story, and each one pointing towards the same destination. A big, bold, beautiful shared dream. Again, with the big, bold, beautiful. We're sharing this recap to ensure that everyone, especially our longtime supporters, is fully caught up. We know that in times of transition, misunderstandings can happen. So let's walk together through the journey we've been on and where we're headed next. O News 1, the spark of something new. We opened with a message of hope and renewal, released during the U.S. Independence Day celebration. Like the founding of a nation born from struggle and vision, we hinted that something new was stirring. While we couldn't reveal the full picture yet, we asked you to stay tuned, promising that what was coming next would be worth the wait. Theme: a new beginning is coming. Stay tuned, the spark is real. O News 2, pruning for a stronger future. That was the Susie pruning one, remember? Here we acknowledge that not everyone who started with us was meant to continue. We introduced the metaphor of pruning a tree, not as loss, but as a necessary part of healthy growth. We parted ways with a public representative whose actions no longer aligned with our values. This decision was a powerful reminder that our integrity matters more than appearances. Name them. Name them. You named Marty and Robin, name that person. What the hell, that's why they're a little upset. Theme: when we cut back what no longer serves us, we make room for true growth. O News 3, righting the ship. Remember the ship the Titanic sank? In this update, we clarified rumors and reclaimed the narrative. Onpassive was never shut down by outside forces. The decision to pause operations was our own, made with the courage to confront serious internal challenges. Some of these were technical, some were about people, but all were faced head-on with a commitment to reset our course and sail forward with purpose. Theme. He does that. Theme. Leadership means making tough calls to protect the mission. O News 4. Fueled by purpose, driven by you. They got into a car crash. This was a message of momentum and gratitude. We thanked you for your encouragement and let you know how much your support has meant. We introduced the idea that our drive and determination are stronger than ever, and that the road ahead is wide open. Theme: your belief fuels our drive. We're moving forward together. O News 5. From the shadows to the sunrise. This was our most candid update yet. We pulled back the curtain on what had already been going on. Legal battles, sabotage, betrayal, and misappropriation of funds. Like Ash pocketing $108 million. Oh, not that? Okay. It was the kind of story you'd expect in a movie, and yet it was real. And we endured. Did you, though? Because through it all, we never lost sight of our mission. It's all a mission now. You know, call to action style. That's why I say I think he's about to try to launch something. He's just like getting ready for the SEC case to go away in his mind. Now we're emerging from that dark tunnel with clear skies ahead and stronger than we've ever been. Theme: from struggle comes strength. The sunrise has begun. And then, ONU 6, a unified vision. With the dust settling and momentum rising, it was time to reconnect with the dream. We revisited our purpose, our values, and the vision that brought us together in the first place. We spelled it out in detail. What we stand for, what we reject, and what we're building together. This wasn't just a company update. It was a call to rededication. Right? Theme: we're not just building a company, we're building a movement. And then the funniest thing is then they skip right to, so where are we now? Where they pretend like this just didn't happen. It's still up there and everything, as you can see, but you know, it didn't happen, guys. It did not happen. Thanks for the update. He is a fucking devil. He really is. He really is. So he's just like, yeah, fuck them. We're moving on. So then he says, so where are we now? And it's underlined, so it must be super important. We're standing at a powerful crossroads, no longer looking back in frustration, but looking forward with focus. Through these ONU's updates, we've shared the truth with transparency and courage. I beg to differ. Let go of what no longer served us. I think Marty and Robin served you a lot. Strengthened our foundations, if you say so. This is what people do during the collapse of their cult, but if you say so. Reignited our passion. That might have happened in the members. And reconnect with our unified vision, which might have also happened again, as we've talked about tonight. This recap is your reminder and your invitation to stay close as we move forward, because the next chapter won't just be about recovery. It will be about realization. Oh, will it ever? The vehicle that gets us there is about to be revealed. So wait, it's not a plane, the Titanic, or a car? Oh, yay, I can't wait to find out what it is. And the destination, it's everything we've been working toward. It's like, okay, if you say so. Again, you've said that the whole damn time. The whole damn time. Have they had an ununified vision? Also, sounds like a church revival. Well, technically, that's what it is. It's a cult revival, right? And one more thing. Okay. Since our first 7 messages have all been outbound communications from us to you, it's time for the conversation to come full circle. I have to put my Tamagotchi to sleep. There we go. In O News 8, we'll be turning the spotlight around and asking for your response. So are you guys ready to do it? Are you guys going to do it with me? Are you going to give your responses? Hey? Who is going to give their response with me? Huh? This might not be a good idea, Ash. Just saying. We want to hear from you. Oh, I will tell you. Don't worry. How do you feel about what you've seen and heard so far? We'll let you know. What resonated with you? Nothing. And I'll tell you. What questions remain? I'll be sure to write out a very clear and concise list of all of my questions for you. Your voice matters. We'll see for how long. Trust me, I'm known to have my voice taken away very quickly in communities. They don't like it when I speak. Because I'm whistleblowing. Blowing these damn whistles. After all, This isn't just our dream, it's yours too. I had to remind you of that. Stay tuned. O News 8 is coming soon. O News 8 is coming soon to a theater near you. And that is the latest update. Yes. Hello. There we go. That is the latest update. My thing froze for a second. And when O News 8 comes out, I will be sure to post it on my community tab and let you all know so that you can all give your thoughts if you want to, you know? I want to make sure that all of your voices are heard as well. It's very important. If only the greatest tech company in the world had a way for its members to give feedback, right? O News 500. We'll be there one day, probably. I feel disgusted. Same. Could one of you get a chatty Cathy doll and program it with Ash comments? It would be funny. Where's the money, Lebowski? Where's the money, Lebowski? I don't know if I did it well. I tried for you, Thomas. I really did. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. I wanted to give you a little update. Chris is streaming as normal, and he is freaking out. So I'll hopefully be able to react to that sometime this week. I'm hoping there will be an MLM Monday stream tomorrow, or at least a video out. I will let you know. Stay tuned to the community tab. Great things are coming. There'll be more DeHeck articles as well that I'll be posting. Weird how Ash sends news this way, but has done webinars for years without doing that. Right. And I'm wondering if now that Marty's gone, if he maybe doesn't know how to get the webinar thing going. And I don't know if Chris knows how to get it going like Marty did. Marty was kind of their tech guy right now. So I've got to this might have been a dumb idea. We did a live stream recently when Marty was in the hospitals, kind of teasing them about how Marty being in the hospital made this whole thing come to a complete halt. Even more of a standstill than it was already in, you know? So now that he's gone, I'm kind of curious to see how things unfold in future. And if you are too, make sure that you like and you subscribe and you do all of the YouTube things. All of them YouTube things. And also, if you would like to support me, you know, I do speak out against scams, cults, and other high-control groups, and we discuss the psychology behind their tactics. So you can always support me on PayPal at Queen of Karma 13. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for sticking it out with me, and yet another fun one, another fun stream. I hope that all of you have a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous night. And I will see you all as soon as I can. Hopefully. It won't be too long. Hopefully I'll be able to do a stream Tuesday or Wednesday if I can't tomorrow. So you'll definitely hear from me by the end of the month, I'm hoping. Have a fabulous night, everyone. I love all your faces. We're in it to... Woo!
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
We are Onpassive, shining bright into the future. We rise high.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones. Okay? Thanks for the Guyana. All right? No joke. If that's the call. Hey.
Friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I
My name is Ash Mufareh. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or spying, or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was screaming at Ash. And another Queen of Karma asking about why don't we answer the questions about religion. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them over and over. It's not the answer you want, but only Reverend Jim Jones. Okay? Let's go to Guyana. All right? No joke.
Alright, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to crazy men talking about their experiences. My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
And I'm your friend.
Stop going there.
Friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my YouTube channel. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend.
Thanks for coming, everyone. Have a good night. Make sure you like and share.
My name is Ash Mufareh.
Love you, Mike.
Stop going there. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Guyana.